H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter alongside Jim Hicks, and sometimes Chris Walker coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it is Thursday, baby Friday. What's going on, everybody? God, it's Friday. Thursday came real quick, and we affectionately call it Baby Friday because Chop Shop is not airing on Friday, so guess what? We do it on Thursday. But guess what? I want to shout out to my starting five, and they are today. They're the first 5 people who sign up to the Facebook feed every day. The Chop Shop feed, and they're D. Holcomb, Melvin Dews, Kevin Lewis, Thad Moody, Corey Willis, and the 6th man is Chris Charles. No women in there. Y'all knocked the women right out the box. Shout out to everybody though. Hey Sonya, hey Brandy, there y'all go. Hey Mindy, hey Alex, hey Gerald. Robert Young is in the building. Who else? Let me check. It's gonna be a good game, man. He said, Belvedere said he just watched yesterday's shows. He ready for the day. Hey, Tamika, let me tell y'all something. It's so unique, man. We got a special guest. We got a guest coming on today. We're going to talk about college basketball a little bit. Let me see some of the highlights that I think these guests might talk about. Somebody asked me and about announcing guests. Somebody sent me an email about announcing guests ahead of time. I don't like to do that. And I've been meaning to tell them about it. Don't like to do that. Because I don't want to announce something and then something happen and that person don't show up. That's the worst thing that's just Robert Hatter. That if you say you're going to be there and I can't bind anybody to come on the show. So that's why I don't like to say ahead, this guy going to be. Y'all notice I've never did that. Somebody emailed me talking about why don't I do that to give people. No, you got to watch the Chop Shop every day. This ain't gonna be you ain't gonna have no syllabus so you can follow. Well, I guess I'll watch it today. And I guess I'm not. No, you gotta watch it every day. Because this stuff is so organic. Ain't no telling who might stop by. That's what makes this show great. If you want to go find those kind of shows, go somewhere else. Maybe they do that. We just not gonna do that. We don't do that. I just don't like to announce ahead of time, oh, the so-and-so going to be here, and they not there. That's the worst feeling in the world to me. Ivan Pater Jr. said he's sitting in his office tuning into the Chop Shop. So, so much stuff, crazy stuff happened yesterday, and I had a couple of things I wanted to play for y'all, and I changed my mind because I want to keep it positive. They got clowns out here talking negative about this late. What I done learned about the clown. Let me tell you something. I'm insulting the clowns by calling guys like Charlie Kirk and what's that dude at Fox News? I can't stand that little. I don't see. I don't even know his damn name, but I'm a Tucker Carlson. That little. Yes, oh, I was almost about to call him. These guys, they can just sit up here and spew out this venom about uh, 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 a woman, first of all, and this happened to be a black woman. Robert Hanna ain't standing for that. We got to speak against them clowns. And like I said, I do disservice to a clown calling him a clown. Mr. Clown, I'm sorry. Cause I do disservice. But these people out here, they just think, and see, when they clown ass do it on TV, some of these yokel ass people around here think they can come talk to a black woman crazy. You follow me? So I just don't want, and they got millions of followers, and these people who y'all got to y'all. I don't want to play as I don't want to play them on the show. I got to, but some in my mind said, Robert, don't play them clowns on your show. Just speak to them clowns, and y'all go look up them people yourself. So but I thought about something yesterday. Thought about something. You know, when I get in my right mind, sometimes, it's hard. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to mobilize. All of that stuff they were clowning that lady about yesterday, it wasn't about her confirmation. They done confirmed her 3 times, Reginald Simpson. They were campaigning. They got an article out talking about these guys trying to run for president. Them senators. Listen, they playing up to their sorry ass bases, the people that vote for Ted Cruz. See, you remember I told y'all a long time ago, I ain't mad at Trump. I'm thinking about these who might be some of my neighbors who vote for him. You follow me? Yeah, thank you, Cory Booker. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. But y'all got to understand, them the people I'm thinking about, because them the people, at least these people know. Tucker Carlson, you know who he is. It's these people that watch this show, be cool with y'all, go drink with y'all, but this is how they really feel. Them the people I got the problem with. But I was thinking about some, y'all. We got to mobilize now for November. Now for November. I was just thinking about some in life. If you give, if you get, give. If you learn, teach. I think Maya Angelou said that. If you get, give. If you learn, teach. That's why every time I learn something, I come try to share this with y'all. I was thinking about something. I'm always grateful for my team, and I got to talk about them today, especially after yesterday. Having an amazing team that can adjust in real time. I got businesses in a few cities in the country. My daughter, she runs a lot of stuff for me. Oh my God, y'all, she's amazing. But having an amazing team that can adjust in real time, help smooth out the ruffles, that can take care of things that you don't even know that's happening, because I'm here in Houston and they're in another city and I'm focusing on things here, and I don't even realize the flurry of activity that is going on just to keep things flowing smoothly. Shout out to them. You never know how much you appreciate your team until they save you from disaster. Till they save you from disaster. I got to tell you this story because I know we got a lot of stuff. Shout out to Cory Booker. I got that. Yes. But I got to tell this story. It's this story of a lady. She got a new job right at the beginning of the pandemic. Because the pandemic, of the pandemic, she was working virtually at the time. So she was now just getting ready to go back into the office. The only reason they gave her office that they because she had an option to be a hybrid employee. So she said instead of being remote, so she said, okay, the supervisor promised her she and really fight for her to get an office that she can open up the window. Okay, so she finally got that office and she really appreciated that and made a decision that she would be a hybrid employee. So she started going back, going back. She gets to the office and points out that the office was completely cleared. It wasn't, excuse me, it wasn't completely cleared from the person whom had left it. In that fact, the person who had left before her probably left right before the pandemic, or sometime in between. They left but the woman, the person who left the office before her, she left her a note. She didn't know her. They didn't know each other. It wasn't someone she had a personal connection with. Hey, Karen. Wasn't nobody she had a personal connection with. This person that occupied the office beforehand and had packed up of stuff to move to whatever adventure she was going off to. But she left a sticky note, a pink sticky note on the desk. And the note says, check this out, y'all. Start over, my darling. Be brave enough to find the life you want and courageous enough to chase it. Then start over and love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. Don't that hit hard? Have anybody ever moved into an office and somebody left them a note? Usually the people that leave say, man, forget. Boy, I wish I could tell y'all a story. Oh, I wish I could tell y'all a story. I just can't tell it because I don't want people to be. But it's some people rather sabotage the whole company instead of helping the next person. It happened to me. This note come from a complete stranger, y'all. They said, start over. I just want to know, have you ever left a business and you left a note? Have anybody? I'm just asking the question because the lady said, start over, my darling. Be brave enough to find the life that you want and courageous enough to chase it, and then start over and love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. What an act of kindness. To leave someone something that positive, that energy. Chad, that uplifting, that encouraging to someone who's going to inherit your office, Chad. Karen, Madonna, whatever you do right now, whatever you're doing, and I know I'm giving you this idea, whatever you do in your office work, you done got let go. Hey, whatever that happened, maybe you just want to do something else. Have you ever left somebody a note? You don't even know this person. Yo, this just kind of blew me away, man. It's just kind of, it blew me away. I got you, boss. Like, let me finish this, though. But the message itself is something that we can all connect with. I know y'all over there just thinking right now. Some people just texting. They ain't thinking. There are some of us that are starting over every single day. I know it because I talked to them. The mistakes we made yesterday are chasing us today. Not just the big move like a big job, y'all. Not just the decision about having a child. Not just taking on a new lover or letting an old lover go. We ain't talking about that. Not just the big decisions like that. Sometimes it's the little decisions, the little things, everybody. Just the little things. And we have to remind ourselves to begin again. The lady said, start over, my darling. Gerald. I wouldn't use that word. It ain't a word I use. But I guess it's a term of endearment. Be brave enough to find the life you want and courageous enough to chase it. and start over. And love yourself the way you were meant to be loved, the way you deserve to be loved. I find something in that. I found something in because some things I'm starting. And I just had to share that with y'all, man. You know, some of y'all got it all going on, but all of us ain't got it. You know, Jimmy, let me see what I got in here, Jimmy. I got I'm trying to bring you in, but hold up, y'all. This thing, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I got you. But I'll bring Jimmy in. But y'all think about that. Uh, I thought about it. Repeat it again. I just thought about it, man. Chad Grove, you said as an executive with the Harlem Globetrotters for 14 years, and yes, I have some stories. I'll remain silent. I believe you me. I know you got some stories. But yeah, Jimmy, what's going on, Jimmy? I was just sharing with them a note that someone left in at the office. Like, let's say, you know, you probably won't understand this. Just let's say somebody been, let's say, let's use your wife. Sandra been in this office for a long time, and she left during the pandemic. And when she left, she wrote a note. And the lady, a couple of years later, come back and come to that same office, Jimmy, and that note is sitting there for the lady. And it tells the lady, I got to read this again, y'all. It was just, wow. Just a sticky note, Jimmy. It says, start over, my darling. I wouldn't use that word, but be brave enough to find the life you want and be courageous enough to chase it. Then start over and love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. And the lady left that. Jimmy, you don't understand, man. I was talking to some people. They was telling me about that, and they was just saying, "Wow, you know how you got the random act of kindness." See, a lot of us got it going on. A lot of us, wait a minute, got a mask. We wear the mask like everything is good in our life. And let me tell y'all something, boy. When the lights go out, it's a lot different. But like I said, we got a special guest coming on a little bit later today. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. Man, whatever you're starting, go. Happy birthday, TJ Ford. Thank you. Happy birthday, Elizabeth Lloyd, who works for the Houston Rockets and works with the community outreach. I mean, one of the greatest, let me tell you, one of the greatest assets the Houston Rockets have. That's the only reason. That's the only thread. Her and John Lucas are the only two threads that's keeping me even glancing over at the Rockets, because I have not been to a game this year. But Elizabeth Lloyd, happy birthday to you. Her birthday was yesterday. So I just wanted to make sure we shouted out to Elizabeth Lloyd. Great lady. Happy birthday. But Jimmy, what's going on, man?
Oh man, so much going on, man, on this baby Friday. You know, it's we cover a lot of topics real quick, and then of course we got a great conversation. And sometimes it's long overdue. We have a college coach is going to join us, and this college coach is going to dive into a few topics. Sometimes the music sound better coming from a different set of speakers. So in this case, we have he's going to come in, and a lot of you have a 12th grader who plays basketball, boy or girl, and they find themselves in a situation where the recruitment is not going as they planned, then this conversation is probably for you. If you know somebody that probably fits that description as a relative of a 12th grader, who, boy or girl, whose recruitment, who they've played, and you felt you and some of your other family members may have felt that they've been getting down and they have been overlooked and they have been everybody sleeping on them. And mind you, and you've done probably what you felt all you could do to help them. Guess what? This conversation is for you. So Make sure that's coming at the top of the hour with that combo. Also, don't forget, guys, this evening, tonight, is the resume of the NCAA March Madness. The Sweet 16, as it goes, will take place with the University of Houston meeting up with Arizona, who's, mind you, the number 1 seed in that respective South region. I know some people from Arizona feel like they didn't do them any favors, putting them in the same quad with University of Houston, because the game will be played in San Antonio this evening as part of a doubleheader along with Michigan and Villanova. And as just right on cue, you guys can see that those matchups right there on the screen. And as below, you have Kansas and Providence. That's a really tricky game right there. Ed Cooley has been getting down. You're talking about one of the more under-respected teams. Talking about it's under-publicized. That's how I would say. That'd probably be a better word. One of the more under-publicized teams this year has been Providence. This Providence team is going to give Kansas everything they want and then some. Iowa State, how about that story? They're playing Miami, and I think Cam McGusty, I think that's his name, played for Seven Lakes High School a couple of years ago. He's one of the stars of the Miami team. And Iowa State, they went they only won like 2 games last year. And here they are in the Sweet 16. Iowa State, a team that, but what place did Iowa State come in the Big 12 this year? You guys let me know that. Somebody look it up. One of our resident boom boom rumors. What place did Iowa State come in the Big 12?
Hell of a turnaround, coach. They changed coaches and had a hell of a turnaround. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
and people are saying the coach. And so, but the coach got all the credit for it. Well, I guess he should.
No, I mean, he gets credit for inspiring those young men to go and perform at a peak level. Yeah, it goes down here. But we all know the players who play, but you can have players unmotivated. You can have players with a non-winning attitude, and you can have them with an I attitude instead of the we attitude, and that it can happen. Over those 2 winners will play each other. Mind you, Kansas and Iowa State has already played twice this year, and it's very well possible they could meet with one of them going to the Final Four. You see another Big 12 team in there's on the opposite side of the bracket is with Texas Tech, who takes on Duke. Texas Tech,
new coach also,
a new coach also, and another team that has been getting it done, under publicized. They have their fair share of quality wins this season. This Texas Tech team, Duke is the story. So guess what? They know they're the underdog. They meaning Texas Tech. Anytime anybody who's playing Duke, so to speak, that game is in San Francisco. So when you think about it, Gonzaga, who has the number 1 seed, is the closest thing to that California-based regional. They will play Arkansas. Arkansas alike has a fair share of wins. They've been getting it done all season, and that's going to be a test because Gonzaga, they've been sputtering for the most part out the gates, but been finding ways to pull away in the second half.
I don't think they were smothering. I don't think they were smothering. The Memphis just was whooping their ass. They wasn't smothering. Shit.
It wasn't just a Memphis team.
Yeah.
Even in one of the conference tournament games, championship. Coming out the gate,
Jimmy,
they hadn't been.
Jimmy, ain't no Goliath no more. You got to play every game. I mean, they might be the number 1 seed, but nobody never look at Gonzaga like they finna just go and run through people. Gonzaga had got to win basketball games, man. They just got
Gonzaga. Wasn't they a preseason number 1?
That don't mean preseason number 1. Don't mean what it used to mean.
What that means? That means okay.
Jimmy, we
preseason.
changed we changed preseason number one. We changed number ones damn near every other week. Somebody was losing.
Yeah, but your preseason number one in their aspect means that's the team that a person is picking basically to win the national championship.
But that don't mean they're gonna go through it, breeze through it easy. You said they were sputtering. That's the thing. They're not sputtering.
No, but they were a heavy favorite. They were number one seed of all teams.
But you expect the number one seed to go mow through everybody. That's what you expect from the number one seed.
It's not mowing through everybody. It's the team. This team, when they signed Chet.
You said they were sputtering. I'm saying, do you expect the number one seed to just blow through everybody?
I expect Gonzaga, this Gonzaga team, going when it was 0-0, it would be hard pressed if you say they're gonna play Arkansas, they're gonna play St. Mary's in the championship. They're gonna just how things go, man, they're gonna steamroll those guys. Yes, you won, but this team right here, I'm saying they're going against this Arkansas team. If they play the same type of game, the same Gonzaga who shows up against Memphis, Arkansas will beat that team. If the same Gonzaga team that shows up against St. Mary, Arkansas will beat that team. It will beat that team that showed up then. Remember, if Memphis can go back to that game and say a whole bunch of if-then. This is the only game.
Every game in the basketball season, man. That's everybody can say that.
Yeah, but the scout
Baylor can say that. Everybody can say that.
But Baylor's situation was a little different because of injuries.
But you keep your opinion. I'm of the opinion that guess what? If Gonzaga can play the same way they played against Memphis and still beat the hell out of beat Arkansas and vice versa. Arkansas ain't that great. Arkansas ain't the number one team in the country. Arkansas went through a stretch in this season where the coach was cussing everybody out, taking his check, want to fight with everybody. They went through a terrible spot in the season. But now come on, man. Gonzaga. Anybody, this tournament is so wide open that anybody can win this tournament. They don't have to sputter. They just ain't that much better than everybody. Anybody can win this. That's just the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it.
So you're saying anybody can win this tournament. So you really got the same energy for St. Peter's right now.
Anybody can win this tournament.
You have the same energy for St. Peter's right now.
Anybody can win this tournament.
I'm taking all bets.
That's all.
100-1.
That's all.
That St. Peter's won't win a national championship.
Okay, well, you saying I am telling you anybody can win this tournament. Your ass would have been broke if you. Excuse me. Your ass would have been broke if you had a bet on St. Peter's the first two games. So you always running your mouth. You would have lost because you didn't expect for St. Peter's to win the first two games.
In 4 of the last 6 years, there's been a team like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Just like that.
Excuse me. I didn't expect St. Peter's to get through these first two games. I didn't.
Okay, but
so guess what I'm saying. So guess what that showed me. Guess what that showed me.
Loyola Chicago of Loyola Illinois, they were there 2 of the last 6 years.
Guess what that tells me. Anybody can win. If they can beat the mighty Kentucky.
But no. Anybody can get here. Anybody ain't winning it all. That's the thing. Anybody can get to the Sweet 16. Yeah. Win 2 games.
Anybody can get to the Sweet 16. Wow. Okay.
Anybody can get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more attainable or possible.
Okay.
You win 2 games.
Okay. I
understand.
Can win I understand that comment right there. That comment right there. Let's go to the next game. That comment right there make me not even want to talk no more about that. Okay. Let's go to the next game. Let's go to the next game. What's the next game? That comment right there did it for me.
And the only thing they do is grab your heart. That's all they do right there. And
what's the next game?
You can root against Purdue. If you want to.
I ain't rooting against nobody. I'm just saying, what's the next game? North Carolina,
North Carolina,
UCLA.
UCLA.
So I guess neither one of them. They 8-4. They can't make it. So only person gonna make it is the one Arizona, Kansas, Purdue, and Gonzaga. Those are only 4 people that's got a chance to win the championship. That's what you're saying, right?
What I just said? No, absolutely not. That ain't what I just said. Absolutely not. That ain't what I just said.
Okay. All right.
I said St. Peter's. I singled their ass out. That's what I said. Okay. St. Peter ain't gonna win this whole championship, the whole tournament. That's what I said. Anybody can get it, but anybody can't win it. That's what I said. Big difference.
Your base don't have a chance to win the championship.
I didn't say.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
St. Peter.
I'm asking you a question. Can U of H win it?
This university.
I'm asking you a question. Could they win it?
No, they cannot win this whole thing this year.
Okay,
not this team right here.
Okay, scratch them out.
Anybody they get to the Final Four like they did last year.
You know what?
They win this thing, this whole thing this year.
You know what? It was 68 teams in this thing, and ain't but 16 of them left. And you tell me anybody can make it to the Sweet 16. What the hell they call it the Sweet 16 for? They need to call it the Sour 16. Hold up. They need to call it the Easy 16. Because you said anybody can get to the Sweet 16. They need to call it the Easy 16 then. Okay.
No, they ain't got to call it that.
The Easy 16. Any other game we want to cover on here? Any other game?
Those are the 16 teams.
Donald Hall. Take the wax out of your damn ears. Because I never mentioned that St. Peter's can win. I said anybody can win this. I ain't said nothing about no St. Peter's. He said St. Peter's. So get your wax out your damn ears and listen and quit being a damn groupie and listen to what I just said. I didn't never say St. Peter's can win the whole thing. I said anybody. Anybody might not be. How you know St. Peter's was in my anybody? So, hey, stay out of this. Stay out of this. Yeah, come on, Hatter. St. Peter's. I ain't saying no damn St. Peter's can win. The hell out of here. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, I just can't stand people to run their damn mouth and don't know what the hell they talking about. But keep going. What else you got? Get the hell up.
St. Peter has a good chance of winning as everyone else that's left standing.
Damn. Wow. Come on. Oh. Come on, Tucker Carlson. you sound like the folks at the damn Senate at the confirmation yesterday. Just running your mouth, ain't got nothing to talk about. So we through with this board up here, Jimmy. We through with this. We
done those 16
let me
teams.
get these teams out of the way.
And,
the hell up.
And the thing is, one of the things is on this story is you guys know the point guard from University of Houston, Jamal Shead. He hails from the ASAC area, and so going back pretty much home. This area was him. He played his grassroots basketball in that area. He played, and so this is like a homecoming for him. And like I say, the University of Houston Cougars, those fans are expected to be in abundance at the AT&T Center. Not at the Alamo Dome where the state tournament was.
Good.
It is at the AT&T Center where the San Antonio Spurs are held. So it should be intriguing.
Mattress Mac, I think, bought up a whole section for U of H fans, I think, Jimmy.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me about that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing about it, if you have ever been to a game at the Fertitta Center, then you can tell that the atmosphere for Fertitta Center versus High-Five Pavilion's student sections are like night and day. It's almost like those students at the Fertitta Center, they're closer to the floor, even the ambiance in that building, and they feel they're rooting, they're rooting with a purpose. And I think University of Houston has probably only lost like one home game in like the last 2-3 years in that place.
I just wonder what that. I wonder what that who beat them that time. I'm just wondering. I wonder what that one long one. I'm just wondering what that long loss is.
Memphis is the team
that
beat them most recently.
Okay.
But and at the same time, where they at right now?
It's all right. With the rest of the hold up.
They on the way to Pilgrims.
Hey.
Don't they got to deal with Pilgrims? Do they got Pilgrims over Memphis? That's the name of the cleaners. That's a laundromat. Do they got Pilgrims in Memphis?
Yeah. The same place your alma mater is.
They got, you got some washing tools, they call it wash and fold. That means you take your stuff down and just throw it on the thing. When you come back, they're going to fold them up. They're going to wash them, dry them, and fold them up for you. Wash and fold. That's what they got.
I'm going to let you keep talking by yourself. I'm trying to fix something.
And so also, I was looking at a great article in Houston Chronicle today about Kellen Sampson and his father, Kevin Sampson. Just super, because that family knit coaching staff is indeed truly special, and a lot of people don't realize there's a dot connected on virtually everybody, pretty much everybody in the staff on that bench has previous existing relationships with Coach Kevin Sampson, and they were, now what's next after 3 trips to the Sweet 16 for University of Houston is going to be it's time to push one of those guys into a head coaching position. It's coming right there. This win against Arizona, and I know it may not be Kellen right now, because Kellen is coaching waiting at University of Houston, but Quannas White name is popping up for a couple of open jobs, and he is expected to get interviews for one of the open spots down in Louisiana, and Quannas White, and so we'll see how that goes, because a lot of people, he has heavy ties in the New Orleans where he's from. He played for Coach Sampson alongside Hodges Price when they were at University of Oklahoma, and that's the connection. And everybody respects him. He's been on the grassroots side. That's another attribute to one of the many thriving assistant coaches abroad. The ones who have dipped their toes into the grassroots sector, and a lot of you guys that are fond of, you mentioned, we talk about Jerome Tang, who just had his press conference as we're speaking right now up in Manhattan at University of Kansas State. Coach Tang was a coach. You guys may have not known. He's with the Houston Hoops. He coached with the Houston Hoops for about 3-4 summers, maybe more than that. His assistant, who he just brought over there, Uric Malagy, who's leaving University of Texas and joining Coach Tang. Uric Malagy was with the Dallas Mustangs. He became popular because he had influence over young men, and Dallas Mustangs was one of the hottest programs in the country. That's Tony Johnson's up out in Dallas. So Uric was a thriving youngster at the time, and I think when he went to Howard, he had the great education, academic background, great family, and they realized somebody gave him a chance. And gave him a chance, and he produced, and he's been, from SFA to UT Arlington to University of Houston to Texas Tech to University of Texas, and SMU. He's been all around Texas. Now Uric is finally taking his talents outside of these borders of Texas, and guess what? He too. Summer grassroots coach. A lot of the guys that you see out there that are going and have those ties were grassroots coaches. Not everybody, but a lot. And that's the thing. That's the new way. And so you guys, and we have a few of them from Houston. from, I mean, not to mention Texas. You guys on there right now from DFW. Name some of name some of the guys, some of the DFW coaches. They from Dallas, Fort Worth area, and they are coaching at the college ranks right now in the Division I ranks. We'll just stop. We'll go with that. You know, we can go all day with the non-Division I ranks because we'll be here all day. But just think of some. We just, and while you're thinking of some from Dallas, I think of some from out of Houston. I think Alvin Brooks the third, right, from out of H-Town. He's with Baylor now, and he's gonna get probably get a pay raise, and it's kind of funny because Alvin Brooks the third was at Kansas State, and he helped provide intel to Jerome Tang about the lay of the land going into that area. He was there. You have man, so many guys that are coaches. I mean, not to mention Alvin Brooks Jr., that's from Houston. Who else we had from the greater Houston area? We got Coach Rockefeller, assistant at Texas A&M. He's from the Beaumont, Hardin, Jefferson area, the Golden Triangle area. You got over at TCU. You got one of the assistant coaches at TCU is from Will Ridge High School.
I like him, Broussard.
Yeah, Coach Broussard.
Yeah,
I'm just going around the horn. I mean, it's so many. It's so many. And the relationships is what, I mean, not Paul Mills, Oral Roberts, MacArthur High School. Y'all name us some more guys. Let's show some love around the horn for a lot of those guys at the Division I level. So where you at, DFW guys? Where are you at today?
DFW guys, they don't watch the show no more. Damn, I ain't seen Paul Miranda on here. I ain't seen him over since who would that be? Since Terrence Arsenault and them hit that shot on him. We ain't heard from him since. So
that's
yeah.
They ain't been back ever since.
Man, come on. I mean, they think this is a Houston show because it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But hey, thank God we got Thaddeus Moody in Chicago. What you about to say, Jimmy?
What's the young fella name from Straight Jesuit? He's a college coach now. Joey Brooks. He was at Nicholls State. Now he's in California. He's from out of H-Town. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. You guys help me out.
Man, I can't think of them guys, man.
Oren Bailey. Oren Bailey's from H-Town. And he's over in Florida. I think Florida Gulf Coast. I think is where he is.
Okay.
And from H-Town. But I'm trying to figure out. I need some DFW. Who are the DFW? Snoop Johnson, of course, reigns first from out of DFW, and he's a coach at UT Arlington. So we got Uric, we got Snoop. Who else? No, Goldwire is not. What high school Goldwire?
No, Goldwire ain't from here, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he.
But he went to college here.
Yeah, he went to college. I'm talking about high school products.
Oh, you talking about homegrown guys? Okay.
Yeah. I thought.
I forgot where Goldwire came from, man. That's a good one. I don't know. Oh, the Gulf Coast coaching staff got fired. I figured they was gonna get fired. Jimmy down there. Oh.
Well, you know what? Yeah, but that was part of the deal, though. That was part of the deal.
Part of the deal is to get fired?
Resume. No, you were going into there, and it's a package deal for one of the players who Oren Bailey had influence.
But the whole place got fired, Jimmy. We ain't talking about Oren.
I understand that, Howard, but you got on your resume as a college coach at the Division I level.
Nobody said it wasn't. I'm just telling you what somebody put on the thing.
Yeah, but they knew that with going in. You just like Wade Mason.
Okay, we gonna get fired, but you can put this on your resume. Okay.
The coach on the hot seat, just like Wade Mason went from SFA, where he had a comfortable job, but he was stuck there, and he went and took the Georgia assistant coaching job, knowing that Crean was on the hot seat.
Hey,
and guess what?
Coach Greg
gets fired.
Alex Esteros, Coach Greg is not from me. Or you want to use anybody, Jimmy? Coach Greg
No,
Howard.
no. Guys, we're talking about guys that played high school ball in the
Okay.
area.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They're
Yeah.
from here.
That guy
That's
from
what I'm talking about. The
California.
guys that played, not
Yeah.
the colleges, not they played college ball.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the guys that played their high school ball from your respective area.
Gotcha.
I'm just really just trying to think of a list of those who are active coaches that are from the DFW area versus the greater Houston area. Because, just trying to figure, because, every now and then you guys in DFW comparing yourself and you're saying you're greater than Houston. And I'm saying in what area and what are you using it for measuring it at? Because you can't be trying to measure it for Division I products because we spit out more.
That's a question for you, Jim. That's a question for you. I would say no.
No.
AB ain't going nowhere.
No, AB is Alvin Brooks III is interviewing for a couple of head coaching spots.
Yeah.
This week.
Okay.
And last week. His eyes go on that prize. Baylor is comfortable there. And no one thing that's been proven. Man, I might put Scott Drew up against anybody in the country as far as in the last 10 years, the head coaches who he spit from up under his umbrella and went to become head coaches. I'm gonna ask the Baylor folk to let me know who leads the pack. Once again, of all of the head coaches who's been at the same job for the last 10 years, how many have produced the most assistant coaches who went on and got head gigs? Baylor got about 6. About 6.
What? So Tang, Paul Mears, who else?
You got North Texas, Grant McCaslin.
Okay, I didn't know about him. Keep going.
You had North Florida. The coach there used to be up on him at North Florida.
Okay.
That's 1.
4.
3, 4.
Uh-huh.
And I'm missing somebody. I get the whole list in shortly. So one of y'all tag Alvin Brooks III. I know he's probably watching the Tang.
Rodney Terry used to coach up under him
at Baylor.
Yeah, somebody said, yeah. Gerald Wood said no. Rodney Terry, he said Rodney Terry.
No. Rodney Terry goes up under that list of greater Houston coaches that are coaching.
Oh.
Yes, he's from Angleton. Rodney Terry is from Angleton. Yeah.
Man, my phone was just about to call Rodney Terry. Man, what the hell wrong with Siri? I didn't touch the thing. It's talking about call Rodney Terry. Oh my God, I can't stand these phones. Keep going.
Hey, yeah.
Somebody said that beat Bailey out.
Yeah. Josh Pastner.
Yes. He played locally. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Josh Pastner was at Kingwood High School.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, man, do you realize the resources? All these different, we just talking about the Division I level. And
there's some more cities could say the same thing around the country.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
but if we don't, like a lot of people might say, damn, I didn't realize, I forgot about him. We talking about our own.
Right.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that. And so, and it's more. We leaving a whole lot on the table. I know we are. Like I said, my mind that chip not even in right now. But I just thought of that's something that's intriguing, and I
got a question. Speaking of people from Houston, what the hell is wrong with Jimmy Butler?
Well, tell him what happened. What happened?
No, I'm gonna show him what happened. Hold up, y'all. Wait just a minute. Hold up, y'all. Yeah, Jimmy clicked out. He gonna come back on. While he out, I got something I want to show y'all. Hold on. Where my band at? Where my man at? Hold on.
Here's a list of upcoming events on all ticket attractions. Ice Cream and Friends at the Smart Financial Center. The last 4 remaining home Houston Rockets games at Toyota Center. Alice in Chains at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. Shin-Yong at the Wortham Theater. The No Cap Comedy Tour at the NRG Arena. and many more. If you don't see your event here, text, Facebook, or Instagram All Ticket Attractions to secure tickets for your favorite events. Now back to the Chop Shop with Hatter and Hicks, your midday sports happy hour.
Yeah, y'all. Jimmy coming back. His thing was fuzzy. I told him to back out and come back in. But y'all talk to me about what does it? Hold on. Then I got something for your parents in a minute. Hold on. Let me play Jimmy Butler one more time. Let me get another. Did y'all see that? Hold up. Somebody called me last night. No, this morning, I'm sorry. Telling me, man, that happens all the time. Slim, you thinking the same way I'm thinking, Slim. Y'all help me with this. You know he got a history of doing this everywhere. Y'all know he at the All-Star game. I'm just giving you some context. At the All-Star game, he got fined. You know, I guess he didn't play much. He didn't do well in the All-Star game. He didn't wait for the press or nothing. And I'm not trying to denigrate him or nothing. I'm just showing y'all. Y'all, let me tell y'all something, man. This is a guy who went to junior college and worked himself up. He worked hard and did all of this. But once you got the big contract, now you're all-star now. And you do this, y'all, it's a right way to do wrong. It's a right way to do wrong. Okay, he just being passionate. Okay. I'm going to beat your ass as being passionate. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, Michael Jordan, he just being passionate. I got you. I like that. Okay, all right. He being so passionate. This is what I love about a point guard. I want you to show this to your kids. And all that chaos, the only person who's smarter, Kyle Lowry, came up and told the ref, I need another timeout. Y'all realize they just got out of a timeout. They was coming on the floor. They was going to get a delay of the game. And see, this is what is called basketball IQ. Yeah, you should be better than that, Jimmy. Listen to me, all y'all mamas and daddies and thank y'all strength coaches and all your coaches. Go show the kids that video of a point guard, Jimmy. This is what a point guard is. I know you had to click off, Jimmy. But doing all the fighting and all the cussing and all the going back and forth, Jimmy, they had just come out of timeout, so they came out on the floor. So guess what? They was going to get a technical foul with all of that mess, right? Guess what Kyle Lowry, the only smart person out there, did? Ref, I need another timeout. That's basketball IQ. That's the stuff that separates the good players from the great players. When everything is going helter-skelter, the point guard said, give me another one, ref, because I know this game. Y'all they've been losing, Jimmy. They losing grip, so they've been losing. So like it's a lot of stuff going on. But, dude, that went a little – people talking about this happen all the time, Robert, behind closed doors. But now we see it. So we had to call it out. We got to call it out.
Yeah,
that's all.
Definitely, not a good look for Jimmy Butler. Udonis Haslem, in case you guys didn't know, he was signed as basically a bench coach, a player coach. And, it's kind of like that was Miami Heat's way of rewarding him with a spot on the bench. But technically there was no room to put you in a suit, so you had to just dress out in uniform. And it served as an extra body in practice to help season those young guys that's down there. He's done a great job. Been with their program, with their organization for a while, and that's just how they rewarded him.
And,
Kind of
and
like
Jimmy, you know who else they rewarded like that? Juwan Howard.
they rewarded Juwan Howard in the same fashion, but then eventually they brought him on and put him on the bench in uniform. Which, when a spot opened up, Adonis is going to be next man up in that organization. You know, he has so that means Jimmy Butler's will come and go. Udonis Haslam is like, that's family to them.
Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Not to saying Jimmy Butler ain't family. No, you know, they've had good times getting to.
He's a hired gun, Jimmy. He ain't family. He's a hired gun. But keep going.
And so you guys understand, for Udonis to insert himself into that equation means that Jimmy Butler allegedly said something towards the head coach, that Udonis stepped in and he like, hold on, that means now you're talking. In other words, that was Udonis Haslam's way of showing the bosses, look, I ain't gonna let nobody talk to the boss, to my head coach. Like
no, that ain't the way. That's the way UD is, man. That man been disrespectful for a long time, and UD just got tired of it. He said, man, dude, we don't do that. That's what he was telling him. We don't do that here. See, Jimmy, I've got a distinct advantage of knowing that no team in the whole NBA run their program and run their organization like the Miami Heat. I'm going to repeat that. No team in NBA I happened to be there when Gary Payton was there. If you bring your ass to camp and you're not the right work, the right weight and the right in shape, guess what they tell you to do? Go away from our facility. Don't even come to our facility until your ass is over. We ain't going to help get you in shape. Go get on your shape by yourself. They got a certain, it's a different, and that's what he was telling. We don't do that here, player. We don't do that here. And you know Jimmy going to say something slick, and he said, I'll beat you. See, it's just different, man. It's just a different, that's not the Houston Rockets. Okay? That's not the San Antonio Spurs. It's a different animal down there, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. Even the way where the players park, Jimmy, that's why LeBron had to leave, Jimmy. LeBron didn't want to conform. Hey, man, I can't get away with the stuff I get away with every day. But that's why LeBron left. D-Wade was family. LeBron, you was a hired gun. But Jimmy, our guest is in the green room.
And as we bring our guest in, and one thanks, I forgot about that one. That's another one, Trey Phillips. Just remind me, Kyle Smith, who's at Washington State. Kyle Smith.
They used to be at Columbia.
And Kyle Smith is,
yes.
and he's from H-Town. They leave right around the time when Rashard Lewis was at Elsick. Kyle was at Hastings.
See,
those two high schools are right next door to each other.
On the same campus.
Right around the time. I think Rashard come out in 88. Kyle, I think, come out in 87.
See, Jimmy, you don't remember.
I'm sorry. Rashard is 98.
Yeah.
Kyle is 87.
88. Yeah.
87.
But but what's so unique, Kyle Smith, that he was at Columbia because they was recruiting Robert to come to Columbia. That's how. But yes, he did say he's from Houston. I forgot all about that. You just brought that up. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. And shoot, man, it's a small world, man. This stuff. But anyway, we're gonna talk, and you guys, now's the time to share the show if you hadn't done so, and share the show with to your pages, share the show to your social media pages, to your groups, because now we want to dive into a conversation about recruiting. We're going to explain and dive into, because now post-COVID, a lot of things have changed on college campuses, the way of which they recruit. Now, guess what? Looks like a lot of more and more coaches now rely on video than more than they used to. A lot of more coaches, and so in the non-Division One angle is what the vast majority of these high school players out there. In reality, that's the closest options to reality. Is non-Division One options. A lot of and guess what? Those guys, you will let a coach tell you, and you hear the music straight from the mouth. They're not necessarily relying on high school players as you would think. So where are all the high school players going to go? That's what we're going to get to. Reality.
They going to go to college. They just ain't going to play basketball. I hope they go to college, but basketball just might not be in the car. Jimmy.
The intramural is going to be crunk. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That's what people don't understand, man. This basketball going to stop for everybody. But let's bring the coach in. And, Coach, I got a topic when you get in here. Mr. Charlie Hurd, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you look good. Boy, boy, he done went. Hey, Jimmy, he was looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger a minute ago. Now he done came and then hooked it up. Good job, Coach. But Coach,
Charlie, you looking like Pony Boy Curtis on the doggone screen. Right
oh man, shoot, that's the best compliment Pony Boy Curtis has ever gotten.
I don't even know who that is. But Coach, I got something I want to show you. I saw somebody sent to me. Okay, and maybe this gonna be on some of what we talking about, and you let me know. Mike Bray, he was had a conversation at a press conference. And I wanted to play this because I don't want to mix this. I want you to comment on it.
There is no question that we evaluate parents with the prospects as much as we evaluate the prospect. I think it's fair to say that maybe we backed off offering a scholarship because I wasn't sure that I could communicate with the right way the parent when the young man was here. You know, it's such a big part of the equation. So yes, I watch family reaction in the stands when I'm recruiting, and certainly I talk to the parents a lot in the process, just as much as I do the prospect, because I want to get their vibe. Because when we're in here and they're here with us, I mean, then you need them in with both feet and supportive through tough times. Young man's not playing much as a freshman. It's going to be hard. I think you have to talk about that all on the front end. I've had, for the most part, some great parents. And some of my best parents have been parents that played the game and understood, coach, here he is, coach him, get on his backside when you need to, pump him up. If you have any problems with him, you let me know. There's a lot of good in that theme. I don't know if we have as much of it from parents these days as we need, but can a parent, when you make this decision, give the young man over to the coach and the teachers and be supportive? It really makes it easy on the kid as far as being confident, trusting the teacher, trusting the coach, not having second thoughts. How do you talk to him after a game? Maybe he didn't play well, maybe he didn't play as much as he thought. That is a big part of the young person's progression.
Coach, Jimmy, I know you had another whole angle, but Coach, wow. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, my rule of thumb is if you act like Earl Woods, but your son is not Tiger Woods, then I can't do it, especially at a place like Panola. And yeah, that's part of the junior college lifestyle. We're not making glamorous money the way some Power 5 schools and coaches are making. So, so it shows I'm living out my passion, which is helping young men move on to their dreams. And I love coaching young men. It's my passion, but I won't coach parents. I will not do it.
Jimmy?
And of course, we have with us guys live, Charlie Hurd, assistant coach at Panola College in Texas. He's a Houston product. And tell him where you went to high school at in Houston and also where you played your college ball.
Thank you, Jimmy. born and raised in Houston. I'm a thoroughbred Houstonian. I played at Tarleton State, which is in the WAC now. Back then, they were in the Lone Star Conference. And then I transferred to A&M Corpus Christi. That was a great experience. And then right after that, I got right into coaching. Coach Lucas is a father figure to me, and we had talks early on in my college career. He said, "Hey, I think you'd be a heck of a college coach or a coach in general." So I got right into it. You know, coaching at Westbury Christian, coaching with the Houston Hoops. They did a great job at developing me as a young man and a coach, and they let me make mistakes. They allowed me to learn from my mistakes. So I'm really grateful for those two places of growth. And then from there, I got an opportunity to be a grad assistant at VCU. Got to see how to build a college program from year one and going into year two and what that looks like. And again, had a great time. Was fortunate enough to win the school's first outright A-10 championship. Then from there, went to Cornerstone Christian, where we were arguably the best team in the state of Texas. I mean, we never got to late February, but I think we could have given Duncanville a run for their money. I don't think David Peavy would agree with that, but I'll always bet on my guys. And then from there, I went to Northwest Florida State, where I got to work for Coach Butch Pierre, who, again, one of the best recruiters in the history of college basketball. He's coached 58 NBA players in his career, and it just really taught me a lot. And we had 8 Division I players on our team at that junior college at Northwest Florida State. And we'll dive into the talent and what junior college looks like in a bit. And then now I'm at Panola College working for a great man, Coach Smith, who's played professionally. He's sent a lot of young men to play Division I basketball. And, that's what we're trying to do. Just get guys to 4-year schools and get their school paid for. Because that business it's a business now. You don't want any loans, late in your 40s and 50s. So, you think of a 40-year plan, kind of like Hatter's son going to Harvard soon.
Yeah.
So now, of course, you first you mentioned the college you were at VCU, and you mentioned it as a grad assistant. Explain. A lot of people out there, that's one of the most underpublicized roles on a college staff, the grad assistant. What does it take to become a grad assistant, and what are the roles or the functions of a grad assistant? How can a person become one? Can you is it automatic? You got to have certain relationships. How did you end up getting into your spot, VCU?
I had a previous relationship with Coach Rhodes, and you can apply to a link to be a grad assistant, but the reality is, if you want to get into college coaching, it's more than just knowing someone. There's levels to it. So has to know you, and does that person who knows you do they think about you? Hey, this guy can make my program better. Coach Rhodes gets the job at VCU. He actually recruited me out of high school when he was the Division III head coach, Randolph Macon. I was a homebody, and when he got to VCU, he called me and he said, "Hey, Charlie, I have a spot open available for you as a grad assistant. Are you interested? And you're gonna have to take the GRE." And I said, "Coach, I need time to take the GRE. I'm a slow learner. I need at least 6 weeks." He says, "Well, you need to take it in 2. Or if you're not tough enough to do it, I can find someone who is tough enough." And you just put me on the spot. So studied my tail off for 2 weeks, passed the GRE, and made the move to Richmond, Virginia.
And explain what is a GRE?
I'm sorry?
What is a GRE for those out there that are watching right now?
It's a test that you take to get into grad school. Every school has a certain number, like an SAT score. I had to get a 300 or higher to get into the VCU Sport Leadership Program. Now, if your grade's really good in college, like if you have a 3.8 at a 4-year school, some schools will waive the GRE and you can get in that way. But I was not the best student at 21, 22 years old, so I had to take the GRE.
And you were at Episcopal High School in Bel Air, Episcopal, yeah. and so
yeah,
that's quite a That's quite a campus, to put it like that, and
Yeah.
that's quite an atmosphere, a culture and atmosphere. Now, what are there time constraints with grad assistants? Or is this, or is that a position that you can keep for a long time?
No, you're there for a year or two. You're getting your school paid for if you're lucky, with some other benefits. But you mentioned Episcopal, so I'm very fortunate. I grew up in you know a very unrealistic lifestyle. Both of my parents are defense attorneys for Fulbright and divorce, so they're very happy to to invest in their son and going to grad school. So I came out of pocket. Um, and it was hard because I was making a good salary in Houston as a private school PE teacher. I love coaching A, but yeah, I had to give up a paycheck, benefits, and a easy lifestyle to pursue my dreams.
And so here we are, of course, now you're back in Texas. You also work with John Lucas Enterprise, and that was influential. You were a fixture in a lot of his camps and pre-draft camps and workouts. What did you get from John that applies with you and you take it with you right now in the college ranks?
I wouldn't say there's not one thing. I would say there's just multiple things of I think with Coach Lucas, especially from the coach's side, just you always have to be prepared. But additionally, um, I think just learning how to work with difficult people and giving people a second chance. If anybody knows how to give someone a second chance and how to believe in someone and support them while they're down, it's Coach Lucas, given his background. And you get a little taste of that in junior college. When I was at Northwest Florida State, we had some guys that were down and out on their luck. And, one player, his privacy is important. It didn't work out as Division I school. Got to Northwest Florida State. We got him back right academically. We got him eligible. And now he's playing in the Power Five. And I could not be more proud of him.
And we are also now. Charlie heard you somebody ask a question, and we'll pose some questions
I
to
got it.
you guys. Have a question for Charlie. What you got, Heather?
He said, Coach Herb, when you were coming out of high school, what level of play did you believe you were, and did it matched up to where you landed? Hence, what advice did you have for today's players in the new recruiting era?
So I thought I was a low major Division I player coming out of high school, like NEC, like American College, one of those schools in a small one big league that could play. I had some looks with that. American University recruited me a little bit. New Hampshire. My recruiting was everywhere from Division III to Division I, and I landed at Tarleton State, which was Division II, and at the time they were looking to move Division I, but they were very competitive. The year before I got there, they beat Baylor in an exhibition.
I remember that.
Yeah, and when I was there, we beat Sam Houston State and UTSA in a scrimmage. So that level was about where I thought I was. If I could do it again, I would play Division III, just so I could play more. That's really it. I mean, if you're going to go somewhere, like you might as well play and play a lot. Don't try to chase a logo or try to get people to like you. I mean, it's just human nature that we're just all really insecure, and we want the heart wants what the heart wants. Like, fine, if you want to go play Division I, do your best. But if not, don't shoot yourself in the foot by turning down people who value you for you.
So go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
You dang right.
And so now, when you were recruiting these players, and of course the transfer portal, first I'm gonna ask, how do you feel about the portal, and has it benefited junior colleges or non-Division I colleges alike, or has it not benefited you guys?
So the portal. The portal has benefited me so far. I think the landscape has changed for college recruiting. Everybody's getting older. And here's an example I'll give. So there's a player I coached in Northwest Florida State. Pandemic year, that year didn't count. He's still there. He tore his ACL. So he's going to Western Kentucky. So he's going to be a 21, 22-year-old college freshman. And he can still do the transfer D1 to D1, and he can do a grad transfer. He could play at 3 Division I's in 4 years still. He could be a 26-year-old Division I college basketball player. So if I'm recruiting against that, now there's the flip side. Why would I recruit an immature 18-year-old that thinks he's going to come in and average 18 a game in Conference USA? You know, I think the portal's a wash, though. I think the guys like, you look at Justin Hill at Longwood. Not everybody's eggs hatch at the right time. I mean, he was not a Power 5 player in high school, but look, he chose a great fit, played for a great coach and Coach Aldrich, who's a good man, who's going to take care of you as a human being, and took Longwood to their first NCAA tournament in school history. And now look at the fruits.
What's the fruits? Because I haven't seen the fruits yet. He's just in the portal. So you telling me he's going to get a Power 5 look?
He's going to get a Power 5 look. Now here's the fruits. Does he choose the right fit at the Power 5?
Okay. Because I'm just saying, just because
it's still always going to be about fit.
Okay.
Wherever you go. Wherever you go, you could break up with one girl, but that next girl, like, she still might not be the right fit.
Okay.
I'm learning that the hard way.
Hey man, you're gonna get in trouble. But no, but I was just thinking about what you said, because you said he did well against Longwood. They led him to the tournament. But does that automatic? So now he's a Power 5 conference player. Maybe I haven't seen enough of him. Just because he did that there, now he's a Power 5 conference player.
So which is the point of the portal. A Power 5 assistant, and if I were a Power 5 assistant, I would try to recruit that than a 17-year-old fighting.
Oh, I got you. Compared to, I like that. Okay, I got you. Because he'll tear a little 18-year-old head clean off the bone guard.
He would tear up 18-year-old Charlie Hurd. That thought.
Yes.
That's the level I thought I was going to contribute at.
I got you. My man. Okay.
You know, and that's something to really think about. So have you found yourself in a situation where a year ago you were recruiting a certain player to come to Panola, so to speak, and they went somewhere else, and now they're in the portal right now? Have you found, without saying any names, have you found yourself in that situation, like they figured, okay, this was going to be a better fit, and now a year later, that young man is in the portal, and if he has eligibility remaining, do you go and get him and bring him on the rebound? Remember, you said you believe in second chances.
He said John Lucas believes in second chance.
So I'm willing to look into it, and it depends on what the coach says, because that coach has been around him day to day. I've just been recruiting him. I don't know him on, does that same kid. So I'm not spending Thanksgiving Day with my family. I'm driving back to Panola the morning of the 26th. Is that kid worth it for me to miss Thanksgiving, miss family time, and miss a New Year's celebration with my family? Is that kid worth it as a person? And when I mean worth it, I mean, is he going to be entitled? Is he going to pout? Is he a low energy guy? Like that type of thing. Like, is he worth it? If not, then I'm moving on.
And so, of course, Chad Grote has a comment for you on the screen and giving you props about one of the young men that you and Butch Pierre brought over into Florida at your previous job. And now he's at Western Kentucky, Big Falou. And so Chad, shout out to Chad Grote for, and he giving you your support as well.
My man,
Carter,
Chad.
Gary Carter says what's happening to you as well. They got plenty of support down in H-Town. Trey Phillips and of course Michael Jordan is on there as well. Not the, he's a fixture in active in the basketball community down in H-Town.
I got
Also,
one for Charlie though, for Melvin Dews. He said, used to be the JUCOs were the transfer portal because players didn't want to sit out. How has the transfer portal affected the JUCOs? Do they have to learn? Do they have to lean on high school players more? In other words, y'all used to be the transfer portal. People, something like that. I mean, used that way. JUCOs used to be. Is it different now?
Oh, of course it's different because, like Jimmy, like the question you brought up earlier, it could be a D1 to D1 thing where a kid said, Frank White. Sorry. Yeah, you got me there, Frank. That kid may have realized, hey, I made a wrong choice. Can we, talk this out and go over this again? Maybe that school takes that kid back. But at the end of the day, you're, especially in my position, I'm recruiting a kid that's a Division I player. Okay. Whether he's Division I ready or not, maybe I see he has a Division I skill set. Okay. That's my core for recruiting. I'm trying to find Division I players. I'm trying to find a diamond in the rough. I'm hitting Houston and Dallas and Louisiana close to every weekend, and then using my nationwide contacts, calling them every other day.
How many kids on the team now from Houston?
Currently, we have We had two this past year. One is from Bryan College Station. One player from Houston, Jalen Weisinger. He had a good year for us. Has some things to work on.
I like him.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah. Okay. How did he do this year, Coach?
He did okay.
Freshman.
He did okay. Had a good start to the year, and kind of struggled when we got to conference play, especially in Region 14 North. That Region 14 North is one of the best JUCO leagues in the country. I mean, there's two players in the league that have a chance to wear an NBA uniform someday. And they probably ended up at those schools because of either academics, they were under-recruited, or, guys must have missed, or, that something happened to them in high school, they got in trouble or something, and they, need to go junior college. That's just the reality.
I'm glad you said that, Charlie, because sometimes when you mention JUCO, to the young kids, they JUCO. You said, I'm recruiting Division I talent. You know what I'm saying? I'm convinced. Sure. And you just said again, what's that? A Region 14? They got NBA type people in this region, in these conferences. But kids would sit back and like, JUCO. JUCO. I can go in and just kill in JUCO. Forget about it.
Go to Lee College and try to keep Kyron Gibson in front of you, and you will not. You will not.
That's a good point. I mean, it really is.
Again, not everybody's eggs hatch at the same time. Look at Taz Sherman. Taz Sherman was getting passed up by Division II schools. He was playing as an unsigned senior in June. Yeah, he goes to Collin Community College, and now Bob Huggins does not want him to leave ever.
No. What about the group, Cameron McGusky? What was he? What was he? How did his thing? Cameron McGusky. Jimmy, what did he go first before Miami?
He left Bel Air and went to a prep school.
Oh, he went to a prep school.
I mean, not Bel Air. He started Seven Lakes. He left Seven Lakes and went to a prep school.
Okay.
And then just took from there.
Okay.
And I think he went to what did he go to Oklahoma?
He went somewhere.
Oklahoma.
Right.
He went to OU. So OU, to realize that and you in the right conference, but there wasn't the right fit. And that's the thing. And how do you tell, Charlie, what's the right fit? because
Yeah.
that's said
That's
really
easy to be
loosely,
said. That's good.
like you're supposed to know. And so how can a parent out there tell, or what are some ways that if it's you had to look on the other side of if you were on the other side of the rope, how would you be able to try to troubleshoot right fit?
If I'm a parent, is what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
look,
because we
kid.
say
Yeah.
right fit.
look at the levels of the schools recruiting your son. I mean, if
Mm.
you're still waiting on that Division I offer, and you have East Texas Baptist, Mary Hardin Baylor, Trinity University, those are all three really good Texas Division III schools. Which, again, Josiah Johnson at Mary Hardin Baylor, he might be in the portal going Division I. Like you're not staying in front of him, and he shoots the lights out the ball.
What's that name
Like,
again?
Josiah Johnson.
Okay. Where is he from?
I think he's from Tyler, Texas.
Okay, Josiah Johnson. Okay.
I remember him from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's a really good player. He was a Division III All-American. The difference between a really good Division III player, and the average Division I player is nothing.
Mm.
Is what's the difference? Nothing.
And I'll use another division. Nothing. I'll use another example, a Division III example. So Coach Rhodes was Division III Player of the Year at Lebanon Valley in 1994. He got NBA tryouts. He played professionally for a little bit. When because you can do this as an assistant coach and you can be on the floor, he was on the scout teams for VCU during their Final Four run. Coach Smart said to reporters, if Coach Rhodes had any eligibility right now, he would be my best guard. Like, there's good players at every level.
Charlie Hurd, guess what?
What's
I
up?
got a surprise for you.
Yeah! Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, the movie star has shown up, Jimmy. He done showed up.
Yes, he has.
Hey,
Charlie Hurd, what's up, boss?
What's going on? How you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
Man, I hope one day I can coach in the Big East so I can be on the Big East podcast, man.
Ooh.
I hope I get there someday.
Hey,
You don't have to coach the Big East. That's what I'm saying.
hey,
I
Charlie.
owe my phone call though.
Hey, Charlie. Guess what, Charlie? Charlie, not only is he got his own podcast, he was a guest on the Bill Rhoden podcast the other day.
That's right.
That's my favorite podcast in the world. And Chris Walker is on my favorite podcast on the whole planet.
No.
Oh, it is. No. I've been watching Bill Rhoden for years on his pod, listening to him for years. And they got Chris Walker on it, man. Hey, man. Can I have your autograph?
For what, man? Listen, man. What's happening, man? What's up with the chop shop? What y'all got, Charlie?
Man, we talking college basketball.
We got Charlie here right now.
What Charlie done now? Like Jimmy said, what Charlie done now?
Yeah. Hey, so Charlie, right now we're talking about recruiting, and a lot of times, right now, this time of the year, a lot of people we talked earlier about the right fit, and Charlie explained that for us colleges and the right fit. Now, I want to ask you, what's your biggest pet peeves right now, Charlie, in recruiting? And you're going to people, you're identifying people come to you all the time. They're high school coaches, and they'll tell you, I got this player for you. I got the player you need. I got this player. Why don't you take a look at my sleeper? How do you let them know that player just not good enough for you? What do you say?
I mean, you're just honest with them. I'm not going to be mad at someone to say, like, why are you sending me a bad player to look at? I mean, if they say, hey, I want you to take a look at this kid, I'll take a look at the kid. I follow down every single lead that coach is giving. That's my rule. Every single lead.
No. Hold up. Happy birthday, TJ Ford. But Jimmy, Doug just put something on the screen. Oh.
How do you supposed to broke that news?
I ain't supposed to break that news, Jimmy. I told you I don't be in these folk business like you do. I don't go action. I ain't been to call them folks in action. I ain't
No,
doing
but
it.
but you could tell, or you could smell if you're around a program which kid
No,
is
no, no,
probably
no, no,
gonna hop
no.
in that
No,
portal.
I don't think. I just think he feel he can go and play at another level. I don't think I can smell it. And guess what? He got a chance. If y'all talking about these other guards and people can go to another level and play, Justin Hill can go to another level and play. Bryson Etienne can too, cause I'm sorry. Come on, Charlie.
Yeah. This reminds me of Chris when you talked about it was Jacobin Brown when he played Brandon Jennings, and I think Jacobin probably played better that day. And he said, "Man, I'm the number one point guard in the country." And you said something like, "My man, you may have gotten him that day, but you're not a better player than him." It wasn't like that verbatim, but maybe you could talk about that, because I think that's what Jimmy and Hat are trying to get at.
Yeah.
Well, I coached Bryson before, and shout out to him because they had some success this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, congrats.
And my thing is this, guys. I had a long talk. I call it Club Portal. That's our name for the portal. Get your ticket, get your drink ticket. If it's one of them situations where kids, and it's sad. I wouldn't say it's sad. Again, I'm all for kids having opportunities, man. But here's what ends up happening. And I'm not even gonna make this about Bryson.
Okay.
People don't understand what it's like to play at the highest level. If you don't, like Drake say, I'm up here, so I know you don't know what the air is like because I'm up here. I know you don't know what the air is like up here because I'm up here.
And you ain't up here with me. Yeah.
Exactly. So you're not up here with me, so how can you know what the air is like?
Right.
And my thing is,
that's good.
It's so hard, man. I had Sarah Kustok, who's the a color analyst for the Brooklyn Nets. She just did my podcast, right? And I talked to her about the culture of the NBA, because this is where this is coming from, guys. Y'all got to understand. This is a trickle-down effect of what you think you can get or what you think that's attainable. And what do I mean by that? This past COVID year got everybody thinking they could play in the league because they brought dudes up and down. Only like 4 dudes end up getting contracts. I can send you some data, right? Because we don't want real data. We just want to watch Instagram and Twitter and clickbait. We don't want the actual data, because the data will say, "What the hell are you thinking?" So it's best. It's kind of like when you're sick. I don't want to go to the doctor. I'll just live. I'll just figure it out. Well, instead of just going to the doctor and getting ahead of the thing. You feel where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So my thing is, when I see that happen, I say, so let me get this right. So what you're saying is one of two things. Again, not about Bryson Etienne. I don't want to start that.
No.
Do you think you can go to LSU and start? Is that what you're thinking? Okay. Because now the college coaches are like, I'd rather have an experienced guy. Right? But you're still playing in the SWAC. You're still playing at a lower level. So the question is, what is the success rate of some of these guys that are going to these other leagues? Alondas Williams from Oklahoma leaves Oklahoma, not often used, goes to the ACC, becomes ACC Player of the Year. Kids see that. You know what they don't see? The hundreds of dudes that get left in that portal. The hundreds of dudes that go to them other schools and don't play. The hundreds of them dudes that go there and end up being role players. They don't see any of that. All they see is what? Man, Alondas Williams did it. You see what I'm saying? And so my thing is, instead of having more success where you are, and here's my thing again. Why are you saying this, Chris? It's the trickle-down thing. Are you thinking you're a league dude? Or you just want to have a college, hey, you did everything you could do at this place. You want to go to U of H and have a bigger experience. I'm down with that. That's what the portal's for, particularly if you graduated. Hey, man, you served your purpose. You graduated. Man, somebody else going to give you a chance at the University of Texas to get a grad degree and hoop for nothing. Why wouldn't you do that? What's wrong with that? You taking advantage of the rule. Now, if you talking about making the league, that's a whole nother conversation. Dude, I was watching the Memphis Grizzlies game yesterday, right? No Ja Morant. They ran past the Memphis Grizzly bench one time, right? They panned the crowd. Who was sitting right there? Penny Hardaway.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is I'm sure Penny looked at these dudes going, I could have hooped, but Penny yet. Penny been out the league 20 years, right, Adam?
Yeah. Yeah. You just froze up
Y'all
a
got
little,
me?
Chris.
Oh yeah, I'm my battery. I'm saying there ain't been another Penny Hardaway since.
No,
You
sir.
see what I'm saying?
No.
Like the league, these kids don't understand how good these dudes are in the NBA.
They don't.
They also don't understand how good them dudes are at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? You playing with bigger players. They don't understand how good these dudes are at Villanova. Dudes are
Right.
good, man. And guess what? No chance to play in the NBA. No chance to play in the NBA. No chance. Most of them dudes got no chance. You see what I'm saying? So the question is,
Go on, Chris.
No, go on. I'm just saying, like, it's just all about the intent. I'm gonna plug my computer up. It's all about the intent of why they're doing it. I don't have a problem with them doing it. If Bryson thinks he can find something somewhere else, especially if he graduated, I really don't care.
Right.
I think he should go and experience it. Now, what I did find out, what happened at Texas State blew my mind. Oh, Jimmy, you know about that, right?
What happened at Texas
Which
State?
part?
They won the league. They won the league second year in a row. And most of I heard that most of the starting five put their name in the portal.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They didn't make it to the tournament because they lost in the conference tournament.
Yeah,
And
they lost in the
right.
But they
2
won.
years
They
straight,
won
right,
the
Jimmy?
conference. They won the conference for the first time back-to-back years. And
Yeah, 2 years straight.
TJ Johnson, the head coach, and so now the guys putting their name in the portal. And they're
Charlie.
no,
Charlie, are you listening to this? Charlie, chime in, man. Chime in because we want your input on this. You're a junior. You just told me something that you got me with this one. You said, man, I'm at Panola Junior College, but I'm recruiting Division I type players because I know when I go into conference play, I'm gonna play against some of them. So what do you think about this? So these guys from Texas State saying that, hey, I'm going in the transfer portal. We got a guy from TSU, Bryson Etienne. I can't believe he did it, but I understand going into the transfer portal. What do you think, man?
Grass ain't always greener on the other side. Grass is where you water it. Green is where you water it, man. It's just, it's just a reality. I mean, just the same thing with taking a coaching job. Like, if you take a coaching job with higher pay, like that doesn't. I mean, financially that might be great, but that might not be the best fit for your family, or I'm single, so it might not be the best fit for me personally. I think it just comes down to fit at the end of the day. With the combination of growing as a person.
You know what I always tell people? It's like I've never been married, but how do you have? It comes, and Jimmy, you are, and Charlie and I. It comes down to expectation. Jimmy and I talk about this all the time. What's the expectation? Oh man, on the front end, you know what they say? Man, Jimmy don't know what he's talking about. I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna go and be a starter at Texas A&M. I'm gonna get a scholarship. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. When it don't happen, guess what? You come down and you want me to feel sorry for you. You want me to be like, oh, you want mercy. You want clemency. What's the expectation? The expectation, man, this is what's gonna happen for me. And then when you step in and say, homeboy, you're not good enough for that. The expectation is so high. These guys, it's a hard deal, Hatter, because you always say you're a dream killer. It's really hard. It's really hard, right? To really just be rational with somebody and say, homeboy, that's not going to happen for you. Or to tell a parent, that's not going to happen for you. My line, Charlie.
Charlie.
No, it's a hard conversation to have. It is,
Chris,
because you don't want to.
It didn't happen to me, Charlie. I go to a parent's and a kid's house and I said, I think you should stay another year. Or I think you shouldn't go into the draft right now. The mama look at me. What, you don't believe in my son? My job is to give you sound 30-year advice, mama.
They don't want that.
Huh?
They don't want truth. They don't want truth. They don't want because what people don't understand is you're not trying to hinder, you're trying to help, right?
Yes.
And what they're and what I'm saying is the hope is in the hope and the help is in your expertise. So as you said the other day, you would never go to the doctor and tell the doctor how to operate on you.
No.
Well, doctor, I think you should cut it this way. I think you should cut it that way. I think
Absolutely.
you should do it like this. I think you should prescribe me that. And the
Right.
doctor's like, I went to medical school. I stayed up sleepless nights. I'm not saying all doctors are good doctors. But
Right.
so then what you doing here then? If you can do it yourself while you're here.
Hey, I mean, sometimes
I'm sorry, Charlie. Come on.
sometimes you got to let people figure it out.
Absolutely.
They don't want to listen. They just a trickle effect over and over. You see the habits, like, all right, like I did my best. I tried to help, not hinder. Just I'll let you figure it out.
Charlie, that
You know how they
mammy,
learn-
hey, that mammy was done with me, Charlie. That mama, I'm sitting there, she was done with me. She found up me the rest of the night. The boy was trying to look. You mean my son? No, I didn't say that.
Ignorance.
You supposed to be down with us. I said, Mama, my job is to give you the proper advice. Your job is to take it or not. So when I got in that car and got in my rental car and headed to the airport, Charlie, I knew I wasn't representing Junebug, a dude. And guess what? He didn't get drafted, and I don't know where he is now. He probably got a Rosetta Stone, and I hope he's somewhere playing overseas somewhere. But Charlie, I understand what you do. But Chris,
Had it. You ever watch National Geographic?
all the
Right?
time,
I love it.
all the time.
And when they show the lion, when they show the predators, because you know what, I equate the predator to life.
Okay.
They show the lion because life is like a camouflage.
Okay.
Right. See, people look at the jungle. They call it the grasslands. It ain't like green jungle because the lion is the same color as that's why you can't see him.
Yeah.
Right. And you always see the one zebra that's like, I can go over here and eat by myself. The mama tried to teach him by instinct. Listen, you got to stay with the herd.
Yes, sir.
Because help is with the herd. You see that dude with all them claws and teeth over there? He's a mother. He's a you know what?
Yeah.
But if we stay together, we
Yeah.
can get it.
Yes.
And guess what the little antelope do? Man, please, I'm gonna go over here and eat by myself.
Yeah.
And
I'll
next
outrun
thing
the
you
lion.
know- next thing you know, gone with the wind. And guess what them other little antelopes say? We ain't gonna do that. That's what you need to happen, man. You gotta have some people that are casualties, unfortunately, to teach the greater good. That's what it's got to be. Because at the end of the day, there are people that gonna outperform the model. I just
Jimmy,
don't know which one of them it is.
can we correct something right quick, Jimmy?
What's that?
He said he just talked to TJ. He said TJ, Doug. So he said he talking to TJ right now. His starting forward that wears number 5 is transferring, not his starting 5. He wanted to clear that up. He said y'all can call him to verify. Thank you, Doug.
Who you
Appreciate
talking about?
the starting
Texas
5
State.
of Texas State University. That was before you came on. That was before you came on. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And Jason
Hey, man,
Peters
let
got.
me tell you-
Come on, Chris.
Let me tell you something about this transfer portal, man. This is the new way of college basketball. People can think whatever they want. If you're a parent and you have a freshman, right, he better be damn good. There are going to be a lot of freshmen playing at a lower level now. That's just what it is.
Okay.
And I'm interested to see when Jimmy does his rank or when Jim after this year's over, how many kids how many kids? Jimmy, how many freshmen signed in the fall this past year?
Only about 14.
14?
So
Okay.
14. So that's half of what Jimmy normally has. The question is how many they gonna sign in the spring? Because again, a lot of these guys don't want freshmen anymore. And guess what? JUCO's becoming sexier again.
Chris, it ain't that they don't want freshmen. They want the right freshman. If a freshman can play, They want
What-
they,
what's-
they
what-
want they,
what-
they
I
want
think-
one of
I
them
think what
freshmen.
happened-
Paulo,
I think what
I'm
happens,
sorry.
Howard, I think is a lot of the coaches, there's so much pressure
To win.
coming from because people in grassroots are also marketing and pumping up their players to these college coaches. So whenever a coach get a new job, right? Just say Northwestern State is open. They just hired a guy from up north, right? Lafayette is open now. Bob Marlin has retired to take, he had some stuff going on in his family. You have jobs that are open. And normally when people get those jobs, it's ripe and it's fresh because that way college coach, summer coach is going to try to get with them. Hey man, I got this kid, man. I need you, this kid here, he's coming. So now the pressure, you take that young kid and the problem becomes greater than the talent. And so now it's like you're going right back to the clock is striking 12 again. It's like, you know what? I cannot win like this. Because the people in my conference who I'm playing against, they are older. Their rosters are 22 years old. So they have a 22 and under division of this grassroots, of this collegiate scheme of things. Well, my team I can't beat that 22 and under with a 19 and under on the average day. And this is where we are right now. So now you have the guys, the older guys. It's easier because now, and you get that transfer, they can't leave you again. See, once they go in that portal, they can't leave you again without sitting out. Is that true?
The only way they can leave is they graduate.
Yeah, without sitting out. That's what I'm saying. So, and they love basketball. They have to graduate. So why would you? Otherwise, you got to, even if, see, it's like this. If a freshman come in to a low to mid-level school, and he does great, guess what he's going to do at the end of the season?
Test the waters.
He's going to put his name in the portal. Yeah. So you damn if you do. If you contain him, they know what they're going to say. The coach is holding him back. Coach ain't letting him play, man. He don't want to lead. He's going to
No. Well, let me say this. It's a blessing and a curse. Like how to say you want the rhythm without the blues. Here's the rhythm. The rhythm is, hey, coaches, do a better job of connecting with your kids. Do a better job of connecting with the families. Long gone are the days where you could just say whatever you want, do whatever you want, and think them kids won't. There's no repercussions for it. That's number one. Number two, there's no you hate to use the word loyalty because loyalty runs both ways. Because what you've now put these coaches in a situation to do is to run your butt off. Because it's only one leading scorer. Am I right? I mean, I could be wrong. There's only one leading scorer on the team.
Absolutely.
Right? There's only one leading scorer.
Yeah.
The problem with sports now is usually you don't lose the leading scorer. That's the one dude that get all the love. But today you're in jeopardy of losing the lead scorer if he's at a lower level. That's part of it. You used to have to worry about 8 through 12. And I keep saying it's because of one reason and one reason only. Jimmy, because you've probably done this 1,000 times. When you go give a speech at a camp, if it's 100 8th graders and you ask how many of you 8th graders are going to the NBA one day, how many raise their hand?
8, all of them, every single one of them.
If you go to a D1 team, Charlie, at his JUCO right now, and he asked all 15, because JUCO usually have 25 dudes, and be like, yo, how many of y'all think y'all going to the league? How many raise their hand, Charlie?
We might have one raise their hand, but he's a little different. He's a good kid, but he's different.
So you mean the other ones are playing college basketball and don't think they can make it to the NBA?
Yeah, we got really good kids.
Y'all got some realistic. Okay, you got some kids that
right.
Come on, Jim. Come on, Chris.
So
I mean, we do a really good job at our school, like with guys identifying with their role. Like our starting point guard is on a good day 5'8". He knows he's not going to Texas Tech,
right?
But he's going to do the best that he can to get to the Sun Belt.
So think about what he just said. So he says there's realism there. There's realism. If you're doing a good job with your kids, even at a Villanova, if you look at the mock drafts, which I don't like to, dude, there ain't one player from Villanova in the mock draft. Maybe Colin Gillespie. If you look at Arizona in the mock drafts, Benedict Matherin, unless Christian Coloco's there, the rest of them aren't there. I'm talking about what you need to be watching. If you look at Gonzaga in the mock drafts, everybody talks about Chet Holmgren. Drew Timme may be in the second round, maybe, and he's 32 and 15 every night in college basketball. Something that 99% of the dudes could never do. Barely got a chance, maybe got a chance to get drafted. Nobody else from Gonzaga, number 1 overall seed. Auburn, Jabari Smith.
You preach.
Other than Walker Kessler, nobody else in the mock draft. So where are these dudes getting this notion that just because they transferred to a school that they got a chance to play in the league?
Jim, I was looking at the Ringers. I was looking at the Ringers mock draft, right? The Ringer. Okay? Whoever they are. And none of them names you're right. But Jabari's name is there now. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, yeah, Jabari's
Chet's
yeah.
name. But what I found odd, in the top, they just did the top 30. Their top 30. The 2 Baylor freshmen are on that list.
Yes. So think about that's the other side to it, right? So you mean to tell me, and this is nothing against Baylor, man, I'm not blaming the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a pick.
Mm-hmm.
They play North Carolina. 2 quad 1 wins all year long. Second one was Duke on the last game of the season. Right? They play 5 dudes, literally. They got 2 dudes that come off the bench that played, I want to say Styles and McCoy, don't ever play, that helped them beat Baylor. You got Styles and McCoy.
That's a good point.
Don't ever play.
Right.
One played 25, one played 10. Styles made a couple threes, made a 3 to start the overtime. I'm going to say it again. They never play. Baylor, LJ Cryer, arguably is their best player. Right? Then you got the point guard, Akinjo, third-team All-American. Then you got Matt Meyer. Then you got JTT, Chumbo Chachua. Then you got Adam Flagler. All them dudes, other than LJ and Kenjo, played on the national championship team last year. And they talking about Brown and Sohan? Dude, but guess what they are?
What?
Long,
Athletic.
Jimmy, you know them dudes I should get a T-Mac. Long, recruitable. If your son is 5'9", go play soccer. If your son is 5'9", go get an SAT and try to go to Google. Stop it.
A lot more doctors and lawyers than there are NBA players.
It's not. It pales in comparison.
Yeah, not even close.
You had 2 of them in your house.
You had
You had 2
tell
of them in your house, Adam.
Three.
3?
My brother's a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had to
Unbelievable.
tell people this. People this. This is what people kill me about.
Uh-huh.
Man, you ever see a G? I can't take the GRE. That's too hard. Man, math. I can't do this. I can't do that. Have you ever seen an NBA playbook?
Oh my goodness.
Have you ever seen an NFL playbook?
Oh my goodness. I can't. I don't even understand it.
Seriously.
Serious.
Like, have you ever seen one of those books? How thick? what
Dude,
those
it's
guys
so
gotta
much
know.
stuff goes on in one play. Y'all think it's chemistry. And these dudes can read. I mean, it's crazy.
So you know what it comes down to? It's what they care about. And in the environment that they're in, that makes them care about it. So in certain environments, they care about sports more than that. So guess what? The kids care more about it, right or wrong. Charlie just said maybe one dude. So that means that Panola, they teaching something else. Because if a dude come in there thinking something different than that, it's going to be a problem. See, we live in an era right now, right? Where if you read Malcolm, what's the guy? Malcolm,
Gladwell.
Malcolm Gladwell's Outlier, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He said you got to spend 10,000 hours.
Yes.
You know what we care more about today? 10,000 likes. That's the problem.
Yeah, they won't. Hey, I got 10. No. 10,000 followers. I got 10,000 followers.
Even better. That's what we care more about. Not putting the time in. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be more and more casualties, man. Because you know why? Basketball is becoming more and more popular. That's the other problem too. Basketball is becoming so popular, and the numbers
And I
aren't
think
growing.
Chris, with that 10,000 hours, he said it takes about 10 years to get
Yes.
those 10,000 hours
Yes.
of quality 10,000 hours.
10,000.
It takes about 10 years.
And so guess what we're trying to do? We're trying to just add water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just add water. Put that water in, stir it up, and we can. And it's the bottom line is, man. Like I said before, Charlie knows it, and we all know this. Hattie, you know it more than us because you on the other side when you represent these guys. They out of their damn mind, okay? Like the ones that make it, it's something special about them dudes, man. If we count the dudes that made it from Houston, the guys that we know were can't miss guys, Aaron Fox. You know when you saw him, Justice Winslow.
Winslow.
You
Right.
know when you saw him. I remember Kelly Oubre daddy went and snatched him up at the game. I mean, I said, "Ooh, Lord!" He played for Ronnie Courtney. Remember Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that field house in Sugarland?
Wheeler.
The one field
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Yeah.
Yo, that daddy went down and snatched him up on the bench. I've never seen anything like that, right?
Right.
Him, TJ Ford, you knew it. Daniel Ewing, you knew it. You know it when you see it.
Yeah.
Tommy Mason Griffin, I never saw it.
Okay.
Tiny Gallen, I didn't
I
see
never
it.
saw it. Absolutely.
Corbin Brown, I know Doug is on his feed. Didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Justin Jackson, saw it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can see it. You
Wesley
know,
Wandu, I didn't see it.
I didn't see
He was
Wesley.
in college.
Yeah.
Damian
Dotson.
What about
didn't see it.
What about Jonathan Motley?
I didn't see it in Jonathan
I
Motley.
knew that. Didn't see it, but I knew. But guess what else? 6'5", 6'6", long, athletic.
Hey, Rashard Lewis, I saw it immediately.
And hold on, all the way.
hey, I was over at Elsick every day, Jimmy. Rashard Lewis, I saw it immediately. I walked in there, I said, oh my goodness. Then Don Nelson called me and all of them. So I'm coming to the game. What you saying? You know it. You kind of know.
Dude, and hold on, them three dudes I was mentioning before that we talked about that made it, they had three things. They had ability.
Right.
They went to the right situation, although Damian had some stuff here, and they had great people behind them. Damian Dotson mama is a beast. I don't like to use the word beast with a woman, but she's awesome. Jonathan Motley, solid.
Unbelievable.
I mean, like, that's what it takes, man. It takes support. You got to be a little lucky.
Oh, yes.
I mean, Ella Bradford. Gerald Green's another one. Gerald Green had a little, but
No. When I saw Gerald Green, I thought he was a pro.
Come on.
I did.
Indy Eby. It didn't work out. He had a cup of coffee, but he got that bread.
Yeah, but you saw it with Indy. I mean, he made it that he got a check out of the deal. You could. I mean, the thing with Indy was he did something that not many kids did. And I remember the day that he committed at Westbury Christian School back in fall of 2002. Indy Eby, it was widely believed, somebody within the Duke program, Indy had really led them to believe that he was going to commit to Duke that morning. And when he got up to that podium, he committed to Arizona. And Duke people were rabid towards this young man. So then he never showed up at Arizona because his plan was he had something he wrote on his shoes all the time. It was SOOHS. Straight out of high school. Indy Eby had never planned to go to college. So he played Arizona, which Josh Pastner was there. The Houston Hoops connection, they raised him on through as a young man. He didn't ever go there. He pissed off those followers were rabid toward Indy Eby. He thought he had it all mapped out. He goes to Minnesota, and Kevin, and did not become in favor of Kevin Garnett, and Kevin McHale at the time was the head coach, and the rest is history. He thought he had it all mapped out, didn't, and now end up going overseas.
Jimmy,
Luckily for him,
and like me and
you know,
Chris said, it don't always map out, man. This thing got to be. This thing got to be lined
Hard.
up. Somebody
Hard,
got
man.
to come down.
Hey.
He had to actually come down and touch you.
and guess what?
I'm talking about him.
Chris? Guess
Huh?
what? Guess what, Chris? To this day, I saw Indy in the fall. He has a son that's playing right now. The son is just marginal talent. Indy, when you talk to these guys like that, it's almost like, man, they are bitter for life.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about like
Yeah.
it just seeps out of them. Tommy Mason Griffin, we thought we had him coming on the Chop Shop several times to just come and just explain you guys and give his testimony. Bitter. Man, this like the system is like chew them up and spit them out. And then what we try to do on this side of the fence is prepare you and warn you guys what could happen to you. It's not going to stop. This system is going to keep chewing up meat and spitting it out. It's the grinder. And everybody thinks that they're not going to, that it can't happen to them. It won't happen to them only because you've invested a few extra dollars and a few extra hours into the personal training.
But Jimmy, it's some ancillary. It's some other stuff that goes on. Like Herb, I don't know nothing about this, but Herb mentioned some guys get caught in substance abuse. Some guys that react. Some guys don't make it because of that. We had Lenny Cook, was supposed to be the best player, a can't miss prospect. This NBA, man, it's trying to make it in this NBA, man, it's so hard. Chris said something early, Chris, and we just glossed over it. You said some guys got a little cup of coffee in the NBA this year that in a normal year, un-COVID and wouldn't it was 100 guys got a chance, Charlie, that wouldn't have never had a chance to grace a floor of an NBA game. But I think 4 of them, like Stanley Johnson is one, came out with a deal. But the rest of those 94 going on back in where they supposed to be. So
Yeah.
it's just hard, and I understand because it's a great living if you can make it. So that's why when I see things that happened to Jimmy Butler last night, when you get those opportunities to play in those kind of situations, Miami, like I said, is a different kind of team, Charlie. You can't. I mean, when so many people want to be in your positions, and I always sit back and say, man, come on, Jimmy Butler, you made it the hard way. You got it out the mud. So you're gonna see this is gonna be a meme, no matter what happened. Like he said something. I got to read y'all this, and I don't know if he said it, but they put a picture of him saying something, and I just want to share y'all. Let me see, where is he at? He said something about it, but he said, man, what did Jimmy? I got it in a list, but he said something. I mean, he had an excuse for it, y'all, for what he did last night. Oh, here it is. Here it is. He said, Haslam told me I can't hang in his era, and now I've been playing how I've been playing recently. I told him and Spoelstra they were only relevant because of Dwayne Wade. Do you have to do that? I'm just asking a question. Do you have to say that, mama? So what's the hell are Houston getting up there and getting all this position and working hard and the 10,000 hours, and then you're going to mess around? Because let me tell you something. Pat Riley don't play. I don't care how good your ass is. I mean, what's the use, Chris?
Listen, man. You mentioned something a while back. I mean, I'm not jumping on James Harden.
Okay.
When them dudes get that money,
Yeah.
you cannot talk to them.
Yeah.
That's when you were talking about Michael Beasley the other day. I say, well, yeah, it's cool, But when they get that money,
It's a different
you can't
situation.
touch them.
Different
I get it, Adam, but
Yeah.
even trying to Adonis Harrison was just saying that just to like pump him up. He wasn't saying it.
I know.
Jimmy Butler a great player. Like,
Yes.
come on, Jimmy. You know what he's saying? Man, you can't act like that, Jimmy. Not air them dudes, Dwayne. You can't do that, man. You just can't act like that.
Right.
Man, y'all only relevant because of such and such. It's like when you doing something for your wife or your girl and you know you taking care of her. Well, you only with me. You better be glad I did it. You're like, what? What are you saying? You know, two things can be true at the same time, and that's just emotional intelligence. Jimmy has always been a guy, everywhere he's been, he's burned bridges. I'm sorry. He's burned bridges.
Yeah.
And, I like to quote Drake, but you can't burn a bridge to light your way, man. You just can't do that. Like, at some point, you're going to run out of places to burn.
Are the bridge going to burn down?
That's what I'm saying. You can't burn a bridge to light your way, man. It's just how it is. Like,
Right.
you a cool dude,
Yeah.
right? You a good player, but one day you're not gonna play no more. So if you cool with having money, again, Steven Jackson and some of them guys that they've allowed to get on TV now, with the past that they've had, Steven Jackson was in the middle of that Detroit thing. Let him get on TV. I mean that's just opportunities.
Matt Barnes whooped great. Whooped my man about his woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, the bottom line is, man, it's not good. Things happen just like Juwan Howard.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler got a chance to redeem himself and do things the right way. I wasn't. Hey, remember when Dwight Howard and AD got into it? I don't know what happened.
Yeah. But it wasn't
Them
the
dudes
coach.
doing so much wild stuff, man. We don't know what them dudes are doing, man.
Yeah,
we don't know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Out of my line. We don't know what's going on. It could be something
Absolutely.
from the
Yeah.
streets. It could be something. Come on now.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You
It just made its way to the court.
Right.
Now I'm going to toss it over to Charlie. I was noticing some of you just tune in, guys. I'm going to ask you to share the show right now to your timelines, to your pages. If you're in the YouTube page watching us on the Chop Shop right now, give us a thumbs up and share that show if you would. If you're on Facebook, I know you got groups you're a part of. I know you have parents that are neighbors, kinfolk that can get some of this. Be a good person to them right now. Toss the alley-oop to your people and tag them and let them come on in here and get some of this. We have a college coach, an active college coach who's joining us right now. That's Charlie Hurd. He's from Houston, Episcopal High School, and he right now has been trying his best to provide and drop nuggets for a lot of you parents and understanding some of the rigors and some of the things and hurdles that's in front of you during this recruiting process. Talking about one of the most important things to a parent, to a player that's coming into a program is minutes per game. I noticed on your roster, Charlie, at Panola this season, this past season, something that I haven't seen in a very long time. And I want to ask you to break this down for me. You have 14 players on your roster. 12 of the 14 average double-digit minutes per game. The other 2 average 9 minutes per game. That means basically everybody's plays, and you guys almost won 25 games this year. How is that possible?
We got guys that play very hard, and like Coach Walker mentioned earlier, we were teaching stuff outside of basketball, being realistic with your expectations. Hey, if you're tired, take us up. And our guys bought in. We had really high character kids. To that point, though, Jimmy, as the season went on, especially in the conference play, we shortened our rotation to 6. Like what we've been talking about, it's just hard being a college basketball player, no matter the level. And the higher levels that we see, like, again, what Coach Walker talked about, it's hard. I mean, luckily we play in a system where, we play very, very, very fast. And as a result of that, guys get to play. We recruited a certain type of player. we recruit, certain character elements. You got to compete. You can't be a low energy guy. Low energy guys get you fired. And you got to be able to shoot the ball. And you just stick with it, just like finding fit with kids trying to find fits with the school. Like, I need to find a fit with the type of player that I want to be around for 320 days out of the year.
What are the advantages? You coached, as you said earlier, you coached with the Houston Hoops. You also coached with the Texas Hard Work, who was sponsored by Under Armour. So you on the grassroots scene recently. Your head coach at Panola, Aaron Smith, he had his own program. They came and played in a few of my events throughout the years. He's the head coach. Then you have another young man that's from out of Houston, from straight Jesuit, Lil Gillum. Lil Gillum is on your staff.
Oh, John Gillum?
Jordan, his younger brother.
Oh, Jordan. Okay.
Yeah, and so what are the benefits that you see being so close and being entwined with grassroots before becoming the college coach? What are the benefits? Is it yield any advantages?
Yeah, knowing the landscape's better. I think if you're not from the state of Texas and you're trying to navigate Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, it can be tricky. And those relationships come in handy. I can call, if I'm getting an email, hey, this kid's pretty good, I can call someone with an unbiased opinion. Coach, have you seen this kid play? What do you think about him? And I trust their evaluation. I think a lot of mistakes that people make with evaluations is they don't trust evaluators. So evaluator, like maybe a high school coach, it said, man, one day a college coach called him and about a kid and told the coach, I disagree with it. And the high school coach is like, dude, I've won 4 state championships and have coached 10 NBA players. Like, I think I know what level the kid is. So again, just relationships with people like Lupe Nunes and Booman. They're going to tell me if a kid out of Dallas is good enough, or if I need to go look at a kid, I'm going to go look at that kid. If Herb Baker calls me and says, Charlie, I got a player for you, then I'm going to go to Houston and I'm going to go watch that kid that week. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Oh,
Chris,
that's funny.
There's a couple more questions on the board, Hatter, that you want to toss to Charlie. I mean, in this, so somebody asked earlier, before I had us pull up a couple of questions, are there any, when you're recruiting a player, you stressed a couple of times, certain types of players in your program. So that means you look for a certain type of player. What is that type of player that's out there that piques your interest for your particular program?
My non-negotiable is compete. It's easy, and I think anyone can. It's easy to be a college freshman and have great workouts the first month of school, but after Thanksgiving break, and then you're taking finals, and you're not in games for a while, and we're gonna do 2 days because we have to get better. We've taken a couple losses early. These are the areas that we need to stress in. Is that kid going to want to take it upon himself and want to do blockout drills because we're giving up like 13 offensive rebounds a game? Just something like that. Like, I want to get the type of kid that's ready to battle every single day. That's not afraid of failure. That's the type of kid I'm looking for. And then we talk about making it to the NBA. I mean, yeah, you got to be long and athletic. You got to be able to shoot the ball, and be around a good family. Like, I don't want to coach a kid who, dad acts like Earl Woods and your son's not Tiger. I'm not having those conversations with you. How come my son didn't play? You let this other kid do this. I'll tell you, Jimmy, just a little bit off track. It's a red flag when a parent is talking bad about the kid's AAU coach or their high school coach. That doesn't mean it's going to be any better with me.
Charlie, I got a question to ask you because you done brought up that analogy twice. What did Earl Woods do so bad? Tell me, what did Earl Woods do? I mean, help me out. You must be talking about somebody else. Earl Woods, what did Earl Woods do?
Nothing wrong. Nothing
Okay,
wrong.
okay, Coach,
Nothing.
you
But if you're out there and your
Uh-huh.
son's not producing,
okay, yeah, I heard that because I've read and I've had a chance to meet and be around those people. I'm just trying. Maybe you know somebody that know. What did Earl Woods do? All he did was he had a talented son, and he let him play golf. He didn't. So that analogy, you know, in case you want to use it again, you might have had some information that I didn't know, but I didn't know that Earl Woods was he wasn't a.
I think he said if you Earl Woods and your son not tight. That's what he said, Hal.
Not about Earl Woods. It's about
your
your
son.
It's
not
about
tight.
Tiger.
Your kid can't be an Earl Woods without having Tiger Woods talent. I heard what he said. He said it twice. Jimmy said that twice, and I was just trying to figure out what did he mean by it. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out what do you mean. You might know somebody that know.
Put it like this here. I coached Dr. J's son.
Uh-huh.
Julius Irvin. I coached his son.
Right.
All right. His name is Jamon Irvin because he ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing Julius got. Okay.
But did Julius hover over him?
Man, Julius was the best. You know why he was the best? Because he knew he was a scrub. But here's my thing. The kid had a good high school career. The kid was super athletic.
Uh-huh.
But when you put him on there, he had 6 toes and 7 fingers. And you couldn't tell that kid anything different. But again, because he was Julius's son, we did it with grace. But he ain't never get on that play. He ain't never get in the game, though.
I understand. That's why I was confused about the analogy, Charlie. I just confused because you were saying, I know you was using that Tiger Woods is so great.
Yeah.
I'll put up with your dad, but Earl wasn't that. I think we needed you, like LeBron James was so great. Could you have to put up with his mama?
I mean, you have to.
Allen Iverson was that great? Oh, so you're saying you have to, so if a kid that great, you have to put up with what? But in that analogy, Earl Woods was just wrong because Earl just went along for the program and collected the check. I'm just letting you know that right now because I tried to recruit Tiger Woods. Earl just said, wherever the bread at, I'm good. Let Tiger play basketball. I mean, let Tiger play golf.
Yeah, it's just metaphorically speaking. Or Richard Williams.
Okay, now that's different. Richard Williams was different. He was known to be hard. Earl wasn't known to be hard, though.
I know you're trying to correct him and stuff because, you know, that's how you do
No,
it.
I'm not trying. You didn't hear me, Chris.
Let me hear you
I
out.
asked you, hold on. Stop.
why.
Chris, hold on. I asked him a question was, did he know something that I didn't know?
I'm about to tell you why he's saying it. He a golfer. That's why. Charlie is a golfer. That's why. Exactly.
But I wasn't trying to correct him. I was just, maybe he knew something about Earl I didn't know. That's what I was trying to figure out.
That's in his wheelhouse. He a golfer. He probably can tear your butt up.
Let's make it happen, Hat.
You got quiet.
Let me know.
Why you get quiet?
I ain't got, let me tell you something, man.
Hey, Charlie, what's your handicap?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. If your name ain't Eldrick Tiger Woods, if your name ain't Dustin Johnson, if your name ain't Sam Burns, you're gonna have some problems out of little old Rob. I'm just telling you right now. I don't care who your ass is. If you ain't on that TV, hold on. You ain't on that TV for a reason. Playing golf. Okay.
Charlie, I knew I was gonna get him going. I knew where I was going.
Oh, you can't mess with that. Coach, I'm in that. Oh, Chris, I'm in that thing kind of good right now, Chris. So I'm feeling myself right now.
So now, Charlie, lastly, this past weekend, you were one of the coaches that came and volunteered during our unsigned senior showcase, which was held in basically what the thing that's a lot of people was curious as to how it would go, didn't know how these things work. Can you elaborate on the unsigned seniors and give a message and advice for unsigned seniors that are out there, parents that are out there, I mean, specifically, and relatives, and also looking back on what made this particular event a little different than a regular unsigned senior showcase?
What made this event different was, it was the perfect number of coach to player ratio, and it was organized in a way that you got a chance to see every kid multiple times, and you got a chance to see every kid, have played well or not so well. So you got to see about as much as the kid as a basketball player as you could. It was extremely organized. There were plenty of coaches there. I want to say there were close to 15 coaches there, and kids from all over the state of Texas. And I think in due time, it's going to be the cream of the crop unsigned senior event in Texas. I hope, and hopefully we can get some kids from out of the state coming to that soon to help them get on the platform for free school. And advice I would give to parents and kids looking to sign or looking to play college basketball, like, it just go where you're wanted. Go where you can play. And if the money's not right, apply for a FAFSA. Like, just do whatever you can. Chase that dream, but know at the same time that ball's going to stop bouncing. And you better have a 40-year plan so you can work for Hat's son someday.
And somebody just asked another question. They said, how do some junior colleges why do they give full scholarships and some kids get half scholarships and the other ones got to go and get the financial aid? It might sound like a crazy question, but some people really want to know that.
Yeah. So not, at Panola, we're very well funded, and I'm very fortunate to be in that situation. Not every junior college is like that. I think the limit for scholarships in junior college, you can have 15. That's the max you can have, but not every junior college has 15. Some junior colleges are working with, 4, full scholarships. So how are you going to make that money stretch? There's Texas grants that you can do. Apply for your FAFSA. FAFSA for a full qualifier is $6,500 a month. Not a month, $6,500.
Month. I was like, a month.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I misspoke. It's $6,500 for a month, and for the TGAC, it's an extra grant where you may be able to get, $500 to up to $3,000. So there's money out there for where you can, afford to pay for school and play basketball at the same time. But it's not easy. Again, I'm looking for Division I players.
And now, Chris, got a good question for you on the collegiate ranks. Of course, the NIT, Texas A&M advances to the semifinals of the NIT last night. They'll play Washington State in the semis. First, did A&M get snubbed from the NCAA tournament? Secondly, what are your thoughts on this year possibly being the last NIT at the Madison Square Garden, the semis and championship, at least for the next 2 years?
It's possible to say that A&M got snubbed for sure. I wouldn't look at the success they're having in the NIT to indicate that they should have gotten in. But they did do it. In my opinion, they did enough at the end of the season to help them get in over certain teams. And then when teams win in a tournament, it's all about matchups and stuff. Like, we can talk about, they got in, it justified it. No, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. The other team just may not play well that night. Like, once you get in a tournament, it doesn't even matter what happened before that. You're in a tournament, the slate is clean, and you do what you got to do. Again, as I said before, they're doing a good job, and they're trying to frown upside down by not getting in. But they weren't getting in before they played in the SEC tournament anyway.
Yes,
they weren't getting in.
Exactly.
They just weren't getting in. They started off good, but they didn't beat nobody. So they beat some guys down the stretch, and they tried to clean it up at the end. And they just couldn't get it. They just fell short, man. They got to pick 68 teams. Somebody's going to be left out. I honestly think they probably should have been in, but at the same time, recency bias means that you put them in because they do good at the end, and they take the totality of your schedule, and the committee deemed that they weren't worthy of getting in.
And Chris, in the
And
last year's,
they weren't even the next one in. It was Dayton.
And the last year's NIT champion have to be Memphis. I don't mean they didn't go whining about they should have got in. They didn't whine about it. They lost 2 games that they said they shouldn't have lost, and they didn't get in. And Buzz come and have a 7-page report on why he should get in over everybody. So
doesn't matter. And I even thought Buzz was gonna be the next head coach of LSU, but that didn't happen. You know, because the AD from Texas A&M went over to LSU that hired him. So that ended up not happening. And here's the deal, man. People can say whatever they want. The NIT when I was a player was called the Not Invited Tournament. It was shame when you went there. You know, it was as absolute shame. And
it used to be bigger, Chris, before you.
Before I was alive. I mean, so it's just but there was no NCAA back then. So my thing is the thing has changed. It's changed. It's not as big. Kids keep of the other tournaments, it's the best one. They get to come to New York, which they're gonna lose now. Right? That whole feeling of coming to New York, so it's going to end up being like the CBI and all that stuff.
Why is New York getting rid of it?
I don't know if it's not making money. Who knows? It's always financial. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's always financial. That I don't know. You know, you have to talk to your best friend James Dolan about that. But I really don't know what. Hey,
you know what? He really was nice. With you meeting me, nice, but he's a ass. I mean, he's a butthole. But you're right.
James
you will go hang out with him, Chris, because y'all be drinking.
Absolutely.
Yes, you would. Hey, you really would.
Me, Worldwide West, all of them. You're right.
He gonna fire all of them though. Hey, he gonna fire everybody in. He gonna fire all of them.
He gonna fire the GM.
Everybody.
He gonna fire Leon Rose.
Everybody. They got to go. Have you watched what's been happening? Have you been watching the Knicks?
I know they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs.
I got a question for Adam. Who's the leading scorer in the NBA right now? I'm just asking, just for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Adam. Who's leading the league in scoring right now?
Got it. You got to answer the man's question. Yeah, you asked me a question about who beat U of H last time the U of H lost at home. I answered.
Who's leading the league in scoring right now?
Oh, you on mute.
I'm just saying, Adam.
You on mute.
I don't know. Hey, Charlie, I can't hear you.
Hey, Jimmy, I was watching First Things First that show, right? With Chris Broussard and Nick, and Rick Bucher came on and said LeBron James is not one of the top 10 players in the world right now.
So that's his opinion.
And Nick, you know Nick, he a LeBron sexual. You know what I mean? He a LeBron sexual like me.
Oh my God.
He jumped on Rick Bucher, and I felt so bad for Rick Bucher.
Man.
Rick Bucher tried to moonwalk James Brown, Gregory Hines, you name it.
Hey, Chris.
And he sounded like the biggest clown at the circus.
Chris, that's not healthy. How much that man loved LeBron. I know it ain't healthy with you, but I just pray for you. But that other dude you just talking about, oh my God. But let me tell you something. See, so Charlie, so you don't think I don't like LeBron James, right? You know, people say I don't like LeBron James, Chris. I got some just for Chris today. I thought he was gonna come.
Show that dunk on Kevin Love.
Huh? What?
I'm not showing Kevin Love.
I'm not showing that. Keep talking, Jimmy.
Chris, are the Lakers going to make the playoffs this year?
Here you go, Jimmy. Here you go. Hold on, y'all. Here we go.
I've been trying to figure out what I could do for, obviously this moment. So I'm going to, myself and Eddie from Steak, we're going to dedicate $1 million to the I Promise School, and I'm going to come drop it off myself before the school year. Wow.
Oh man, appreciate it. Shit, my kids gonna go crazy for that.
I might have to do a little gym contest.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Yo, man, let me tell you something.
I like LeBron.
You know what that is? That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
I like that part.
Dude, that what it means to be an athlete, that more than an athlete, that dude has changed the way these dudes are looking at this thing, man.
But why didn't you?
Telling you.
Well, if you would have led off at that, I'd have been all right. But don't ask me how many points he scored. Shit, ain't nobody else on the team can score. Hey, Charlie Hurd, Charlie,
NBA history.
Charlie, you got street clothes. You got street clothes who got all that money and don't want to play no more. Street, what's the boy name? What's the AD?
Street clothes Davis.
You got a bunch of what's the little boy came over there from Chicago? Where Anthony? Where Thaddeus Moody? What's the little boy guard came from Illinois? He came, ain't played a second. I mean, he got to score 1,000.
Well, Hatter, that don't mean because he got to, he can. And he shoot 52%.
He LeBron James. I thought he was LeBron James.
Making almost 3 threes a game.
Hold on. Okay. All right. I like him. So let's talk about some of this other stuff he does. I love that I Promise School.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the question I asked, currently the Lakers are sitting in the 9 seed. The top 10 make 7, 8, 9, 10 have the play-in tournament. The New Orleans Pelicans are sitting at number 10. It is innuendo now is being perceived as though Zion is possibly going to come and join the team during their push for the playoffs by him putting on a jersey the other day. So you would assume that means that you're probably going to try to come back. The Lakers are their next opponent. I think they have the Pelicans, I think, coming up, if I'm not mistaken. And San Antonio.
And LeBron didn't play. You know why he didn't play? Because they're probably going to get beat anyway. They need to beat the Pelicans.
Yes,
I mean,
he's got a race.
right
they don't play again until the weekend.
Huh?
They don't play again until the weekend. You're right. They have he's giving them like 5 days off. So
it's a strategy now.
This road, I mean, what LeBron is doing is fantastic this season. Basically, he saved himself. So this won't be on him.
But you know what, Jimmy, you know the other thing, Jimmy? Guess what the NBA like? You got to watch every Laker game now.
Charlie, I'm talking to you. Charlie, can I talk to you? Because I don't want to talk to man one of them. I can't believe that what came out of that man's mouth.
What did he say?
This ain't on him. Not you, Chris. That other one. Charlie,
this ain't on LeBron.
He said this ain't on him. You give me all the credit. Hold on. He the lead scorer. I don't know who the lead scorer in the league. You give him all the credit when it happened. So when he lose, it ain't on him. Man, y'all are unbelievable.
Dude is averaging 30, I want to say 37 and 6.
To whom much is given, you gonna give me the credit, give me the blame too.
7 and 6. Are you out of your mind?
Well, guess what? He might need to average 47 and 6 and win some games.
He can't do that. He old as you. He can't do that, man. He can't do that no more.
But
he
why? Jimmy said I can't blame him? Hell yeah, I'm blaming him.
He can't carry Jimmy Hicks, Larry Hughes, Boobie Gibson. He can't do it. And Keisha Cole. He can't do that no more, man.
Charlie, go back to you. When you talk to your players, the reason I'm blaming him, because he the one assembled that mess. Now he tried to put it like it was Rob. It was Rob Pelinka. He didn't want him. It was Jeannie Buss. It was Magic Johnson. It was everybody except LeBron James.
First of all, Street Clothes been hurt. Second of all, he been hurt. So you think they would have lost all those games if he was hurt? Second of all, who in their right mind would have ever thought? I watched that Sixer game last night. Russell Westbrook probably couldn't play in a high school game right now. I'm looking at this dude like, oh my God.
I got a bottle in there, Charlie. I got a bottle in there in my bar that I was saving for Jimmy, right? I don't drink. I ain't drinking this mess. These two gonna make me go drink, Charlie.
You sound like you've been drinking a day.
Man, that man said you can't blame LeBron. Yeah, your ass can.
No.
He the one symbol that mess.
No. We talking about his performance. We're talking about his performance this season, Hatter. Not what he did in the offseason in helping.
It's a lead scorer on every losing team.
Yes, but
I got that from somebody. I ain't gonna call his name. But his name started with Chris Walker.
You mean the second leading scorer in all time in NBA history?
Hey, Chris Walker told me, Robert Hatter, he's a lead scorer on every league, on every team. He's a lead scorer on every losing team.
Hatter, the dude's on the downturn of his career. He's not LeBron of old. And yet, he is still getting 37 and 6. And you got the nerve to freak up and talk about this dude? He playing against all them young guns. Trae Young, Luka Doncic.
I like him.
James Harden, Kevin Durant.
Listen.
And yet, he goes on the floor and still leads his put up 50.
Charlie, I like him. I just don't like y'all.
252.
I don't like y'all
252%.
talking about him. I like him. I just don't like what y'all saying about him. And he
What?
it ain't LeBron's fault.
If LeBron James was getting 15 points a game and averaging 4 assists and 2 rebounds, guess what you'd be saying? He washed up. I told you.
I ain't never said that about him.
And you still chopping him up.
I like him. I'm chopping y'all up. I'm not. Read my lips, Charlie. Charlie, read my lips because they ain't listening. I'm not talking about LeBron James. I'm talking about what y'all saying about him.
Listen, we all know we all know you that little penny dog. Chris Rock, the little penny dog. That's Robert Hatter. Everybody know that.
I got it back in the room. Hold up. Keep on talking. I'm going to go get it. I got it back in the room.
That's Robert Hatter. Everybody know little penny Robert Hatter.
Hey, man, y'all crazy. But Charlie, I enjoyed myself, man. I enjoyed myself today, man. Charlie, we didn't know we was going to have this extra guest, but I am so glad he came in. Because he adds
Charlie, go on add that butt whooping. Go on set the golf date when you come to Houston. I'm gonna be there. And I'm just gonna drive the cart and watch.
Bring him and then whoever that dude, Willie Porter. All us. Because come on out there and play.
Walter Yates. Shut up, Walter Yates. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
What Walter Yates said? I like Walter Yates again. Where he at?
I said average 30. He averaged 30, Walter.
What?
Come on, man. Stop that, man. He averaged 30.
Man, Walter Yates can say what he want to. That's my best friend.
Walter Yates is a Clyde Drexler fan. But all I'm saying is, though.
Let me put Walter Yates' comments on the screen.
Boy,
hold up. Let me put Walter Yates. I love Walter Yates.
He don't like Clyde Drexler. He was, what's that dude, Louis Lloyd? That's who his guy was, Lou Lloyd. Hey, Charlie, what's your handicap, Charlie? What's your handicap?
It changes. So right after basketball season is double digits. Right before the season starts, it's single digits.
Single digits.
So,
Mine double digits. Mine double digits all the way, Charlie. I'm double digits all the way, Charlie. Charlie.
Hey, FanDuel, Jimmy, I want some action.
Hey, Charlie, I'm double digits all the time, Charlie.
We can get Archie Young and Jeffrey Day out there with the cameras, and we can go and we can stream that thing, and we can get it going on.
We gonna put that thing gonna be on Netflix, cause they gonna say, boy, this black dude boy know how to play golf.
They gonna see me in the background yelling at you, going like, "I told you, get him." Charlie.
Hey, wait a minute now. Hey, hold up, Charlie. Will you explain to them? Cause these guys here from, they from Rosewood. You can't come out there running your mouth on the damn golf course. I'm just telling you now.
That's why golf and tennis ain't real sports. Quiet. Yeah. They don't do that when you shoot free throws, and they don't do that when you throw touchdowns. Yeah. Quiet. Yeah. You got to be quiet so Robert can concentrate and miss that 6-foot putt. Get out of here with that nonsense.
It's called discipline. It's called, hey, Charlie. Hey, it's an acquired taste.
Yes, it is.
Wow, Charlie, really? I was trying to help you out, Charlie. Put a couple bucks in your pocket.
Hey, we gonna play. I want to play. I want all the people. Y'all come on out there. Come on out there. We're gonna do that, Charlie. We're gonna do it. Charlie, we're gonna do it for charity. We're gonna do it for charity. We're gonna find a good charity.
Let's do it for charity.
We're gonna do it for the George McClellan Foundation.
No, we're getting our own damn charity.
Hold up.
That's your charity.
When Charlie was at that other job in Florida, he called me on the phone because it was a little tough where he was. So he called me every damn day. It was like he was stalking me, right? I said, "Yo, man, where you going?" "I'm about to go play 9. I'm like, "You play golf every day, man. God dang."
That's shit.
Every day,
Chris,
Charlie was at the golf course.
Chris.
So Hatter.
Since you just ran your mouth, Charlie, I got to go play me 9, Charlie. Charlie, I'm finna leave here and go play me 9.
Hattie, he live on the golf course. You know that, right?
Huh? What?
He grew up on the golf course.
I don't care.
I'm just letting you know what you're dealing with.
He just told me his mom and dad is a lawyer and his brother a lawyer. He got a good check.
No, he
guess
grew
what?
up on the course.
I did. Hold up, and I didn't. How about that? Now
You know how Jimmy always, when we go out, Jimmy always got to have a margarita. This dude there got to go play 9 holes. That's all I'm saying.
it's all right. But guess what?
It's
Hey,
gonna go down. Hey man,
I love it. I'm Charlie. I can't wait, baby.
Charlie,
Let's have fun.
Oh, get Charlie. Guess who else I'm gonna bring out there with us, Charlie? Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones, Coach Johnny Jones coming out there with me.
Let me get Johnny. I'll get Johnny. I tan him
Man,
up.
you got to be out your rabbit mind.
Damn, but tell Johnny I want him. Tell JJ
Hey,
I want him.
hey, Charlie. I ain't never. This the worst golfer I've ever seen in my entire. Jimmy didn't even try. One thing I like about Jimmy went out there and said, hell no, just give me some drinks. Hey, Charlie, we went to a church. We went to a church golf tournament. They didn't have no liquor. Jimmy said, man, we got to get up out of here. They ain't serving no liquor. But Chris Walker was so bad.
One for me.
Chris Walker was so bad, he swung with one time. He said, man, I'm just going to watch y'all. I'm just going to watch y'all.
Oh, that's not true.
Yes, he did. I'm going to call Alan Branch now. I'm going to call Alan Branch now. You know he
Oh,
gonna
he
come
another
over.
casualty. He another one I tore up. Don't call him.
You can't beat Alan Branch.
What? I beat Branch. Hey, listen. Branch came to Maryland. I tore him up. Don't let him lie.
Chris
to you.
Walker, you are the worst
I
golfer
beat Alan.
I've ever
Ask
seen
Alan.
in my life.
That's
Ever.
not true. That's not true.
Ever.
That's not true.
Ever.
Hey, we're going into the weekend, man.
Yeah,
We
let's
gotta
go,
get
man.
up out
Let's
here.
get out of here. Thank you, Charlie.
Charlie Hurd, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
It was
so much
awesome.
for joining
Hold
us,
on,
man.
y'all ask Charlie his Final Four picks. Who gonna make
Oh,
the
okay.
Final
Come
Four?
on. Let's do that. Yeah. Come on,
We
Charlie.
know who ain't gonna make it.
Who?
V for Villanova.
V for
Hey,
victory.
hey, I'm pulling for Villanova. I don't care what you talking about, Jimmy. Jimmy, Chris hooked you up. I'm pulling for Villanova. Chris hooked me up so good the last time.
No,
I'm
if
pulling for
Villanova
them.
play Houston, ooh.
Huh?
Anyway,
So
who
you
you
really-
pick, Charlie?
You
Charlie,
really
what's
against
your pick,
Michigan?
Charlie? I'm finna put it
You
up.
really against
Charlie.
Michigan, Adam?
Are they playing
Like
against
ninth
Michigan?
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh, hell no, I want them to lose. Thank you, Jimmy. Hey, Charlie,
Adam
check
picked
this out,
the
Charlie. I'm going to put it
colors
up
of
there
the
for
team.
you, Charlie. I'm covering me and
All
you
right.
up. What you got up there, Charlie? Huh? I got Michigan. I got Michigan beating Arizona. Yeah. What you got, Charlie?
You got Michigan going to the Final Four?
Yeah.
You got them beating Kelvin Sampson?
Jimmy said Kevin Sampson can't
got,
win. Jimmy just told me
No,
Kevin Sampson can't win.
no. I said they wasn't
You
gonna
told
win
him he
it
can't
all.
win.
That what you just
Win it
said?
all. I said they wasn't gonna win it all, dude. I didn't say that.
Well, I'm
I said they
saying
wasn't gonna
Michigan
win it
can
all.
win it all.
Hey, what did Rocky's wife say? You can't win, Rocky.
Hey, who you got, Charlie? Charlie, come on right quick. Who you got?
Hold on.
I got. I'm gonna go with Texas Tech, Purdue.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
And then I got in my other side, I got Kansas, and I'm sticking with the hometown team, U of H.
All right. It's going to be unique. Chris, what you got, babe? You can't do it, can you?
You got to watch me tonight on TV if you want to see my picks. Okay, how's that?
What time you come on? What time you come on tonight?
10:30, all the way to 2 a.m.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You in the studio tonight. Let's get out of here. Jimmy got to go. We out of here. Chris, I'm watching y'all. CBS. Wait a minute. CBS Network, right, Chris?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go tape it right now because I'm going to the links and practice because Charlie got to go down. Charlie, you're going down today, boy.
Hey, I sent you a text in my swing now.
I saw it. Let me see how scared.
okay.
Hold up. Let me see how scared I need to be. Hold on, Charlie. Hold on, Charlie. Hold on. Damn, Charlie. Man, I'm going to tear your head off, Charlie. Charlie, let me see you some of my swing. They say I swing it. Charlie, they say I swing like Dustin Johnson.
Oh my God, I gotta go.
Hey,
I'm about to be.
they call me Robert Johnson. I ain't Robert Woods no more. I done changed my name. My name Robert
Man, we up out
Johnson.
here, man. Y'all,
Bye, man.
I see y'all later, man.